Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. How y'all doing? How are you all doing? Make sure I'm set up. Happy Sunday, you all. Happy Sunday. Hey, Miranda. Thank you so much. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, so I was just thinking about something that I realized that happens a lot. A whole lot that I never really once talk about. But before I start, I'll wait. It's something about TikTok that every time you go on here, you have people send you requests to co-host, people who are live. Hey, Rach B, how you doing? Greetings, greetings. Happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday, happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having an amazing weekend or had an amazing weekend. I know it's about to be over. My apologies, that is about to be over because it went by so fast. Well, not for me anyways, but how y'all doing? Y'all good? Why do I look weird in this? Miranda, I see you on both sides. I see you, I see you, I see you. So how y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? You all good? You all having fun? You all having a good weekend, a good time, a good minute to, hopefully you all did something this weekend. Hey, Jamisha. Jamisha, I missed you yesterday. I missed you yesterday in the chat. Hey, I dream. How you doing? That's my old friend, right? I'm doing great. I'm doing amazing. I'm doing amazing. I'm just here. I'm just here chilling, having a blessed day. I don't do much, but hey, Paulina, I see you. I don't know what's going on. Thank you, Miranda. I had another. Okay, I mean, I understand. I understand. We just missed you, though. Just we just missed you. So I was just hoping everything was okay. I was gonna text you, but I'm like, if I text her, it might seem like she's obligated to be there. So I didn't want to, but I was just hoping that you good. So I want to bring up some things. I want to talk about something that a lot of us might be experiencing. No excuses. That a lot of us is going to be experiencing, or a lot of us have experienced um, in the past, or maybe even experiencing now. Um, hey, beauty, especially doing it with the wrong person. To be honest, man, when it comes to, I know I talk about dating and relationship a lot, and this is not I mean all I do. But I know I talk about this a lot. But you know what? You know what it is though. That's good for you, Detective Cat. That's good. That's good. I hope you read the books that's in your library. That's good. Um, you know what I realized? I realized that sometimes people people can be very shitty people. But I think sometimes we have to learn that and understand how to counteract what they are doing, how to recognize what they are doing, and also how to recognize what we are doing. Because a lot of times, right? A lot of times, people they're looking for something in you, something that you don't even know, something that you let your guard down, or you let your, what do you call it? Your intuition is shut off, or you let your what's the word? You turn it off for a minute and you miss everything. You miss everything. Um, Let me tell you this: when you meet somebody, here's what I want to talk about. When you meet somebody, when you're with somebody, when you're to the walls down, when you meet somebody, right? One of the biggest things that you do when you start to date someone, when you start to get in a relationship with someone, and I think a lot of times when that person is not treating you the same anymore, when a person is not treating you the same anymore, when that person has changed their behaviors, whether it's a woman or man, right? When that person stop doing how they used to do, a lot of times you begin to look for reasons. And I think you begin to naturally try to find a reason why they might be treating you differently. And when you begin to look for the reason, here's the biggest issue. You will find that reason. You will find that reason. And I think many of us don't realize that, right? Hello from Hawaii, how are you doing? Hey, neighborhood cat. A lot of you look for reasons to why somebody start to treat you differently. And I think this is where we get in trouble. Because when you're looking for the reason, you're going to always place yourself in the reason, right? You're going to always place yourself in that reason. You're going to always think that it's you, something that you're doing wrong, something that you might be doing, something that you can change, right? Something that, if, something you can fix, something you can do better. Hey, Lisa, how are we doing? Good evening. You're going to always look for a reason. And this is when you have to be careful because a lot of times it's not because of you. It ain't because of you. It's not because of you. You are not their center in their world. And I think this is how we screw up. Because a lot of you, you're gonna meet the wrong person. You're gonna meet the wrong person and you're gonna assume that it's about you. And they're gonna say, okay, if you wanna be the reason why I'm effed up, if you wanna be the reason why I'm miserable, if you wanna be the reason why I'm unhappy, I'm gonna make you the reason. Think about it. You're gonna meet the wrong person who's gonna assume that you want to place their happiness in your hands. And they will place it there too. Hey, Stacy, they will place it in your hands. And now, guess what? You're going to be feeling guilty. It's going to be your fault. Everything will be your fault. And I think that's why many of us are going wrong. You're going to meet the wrong person who's going to do this. When you meet somebody and you dating somebody and you with somebody and you begin to see them treat you differently, something just might be wrong with them. Something they might be going through. You don't have to try to put yourself in there telling them, feeling guilty. Well, what should I do? What should I do more of? What should I give you? And because I'm telling you, a lot of us are failing for that. Because when you meet that person who's going to use you, oh, that's their key. That's their cue. That is their cue to realize, oh, so you can take responsibility for my emotions. You can take responsibility for my pain. You can take responsibility for my behavior. You can take responsibility for my issues. Okay, you can have it. And now they will dog you. This is the issue. Guilt, blame, and shame to self. Yet they possibly won't be in their authentic selves. And that's very true. Or sometimes, people can go through their own stuff. We all go through things in life. We all go through things. We all go through our shifts. Sometimes we shift. Sometimes people are going through their own moods, but I think many times we are so self-centered. We are so self-centered that we always place ourselves in the midst of people's problems or in the midst of people's behaviors. And I think this is why we begin to hate relationship because you carrying the whole damn thing. You carrying it. You gotta be you gotta be mindful. Some people are looking to see what you are doing. People are always looking at you. You meet somebody, right? You meet somebody. If you meet somebody, hey Sylvia, good morning, Natural. How are you doing? When you meet somebody, a person is always looking at you. They're always looking at you. You notice that they're always looking at you. They look at you, and everything they do, they see how you react. They see how you reacting. They see how you are acting. If they show up late or if you call them and they don't answer the phone, they see how you call them back and you call them back and you call them back. And they know not to call you back no more because you're desperate. I tell people all the time, man, when it comes to dating and relationship, it's all about psychology. Do I offer couples coaching? I can. I really can. I really can. I can. I can. Get with me one on one. I mean, send me an inbox. It is very exhausting. Hey, Tess. As women, we're tasked with carrying the relationship. My wife don't carry my relationship. And it's not. I don't think. You see, I think it's very important, right? And I see what you're saying, right, Miranda. But I don't think. I think a relationship is between those two people. But I think we get information from social media and from our raggedy ass family whose marriage didn't work, and our raggedy ass friends whose marriage didn't work, or dating didn't work, and our raggedy ass people on social media whose stuff didn't working, and the raggedy ass dudes on the street and the raggedy ass women who talking all this stuff. I think we're getting too much information from raggedy ass people. Because In our reality, that's why our stuff is raggedy. I mean, look at look at what we're looking at. Look at what we're looking at. Most of the people coming on social media, and I can literally say most because that's what you see. Most of the people coming on social media talking about dating and stuff is people who are just dating. And what are you dating for? Just to date? Are you how long can we talk about dating? How long can I be a dating coach talking about dating and just me dating without making or closing the deal? How long can I talk about dating before I get married or take somebody seriously? And then so everybody coming on here talking about dating and the worst parts of dating, and they're coming on here telling you their horror ass stories about dating and their first dates and their I don't take nowadays is I don't take what do you call it? I don't take hey Marsha, right? I don't take coffee dates and I don't take this dates and I don't take that dates and I don't take but all you doing is dating. And it's crazy. But that's the people that we're taking information from. Then we see these people having podcasts and everybody from a circle talking the most toxic dating stuff, the most toxic dating stuff. Hey, Ivana, talking the most ridiculous. And then when you see those people talking that stuff, you begin to assume that's how people are. You begin to assume that's how dating is. You begin to assume that's how women are. And you begin to assume that's how men are. But that represents the most ghettoest and ratchet people in this world. That represents the most ratchet people. Thank you, Laura. And I think many of you are basing your dating experiences, not even from your dating experiences, but from this raggedy ass people's information. Yeah, now it's dating apps. Hey, MJ. It's hard to explain. I mean, I see what you're saying, right? Because I think that's how society has become. To hell with society. I'm not really in. I do what I want to do, and I think when it comes to relationship, I think we can't be full focused on what society is telling us to do because the majority is going to be wrong. The majority is going to fail. Society. One thing about society, whatever the majority is doing is probably the wrong thing. Seriously, whatever the majority is doing is probably wrong. It's probably toxic. It's probably ridiculous. And it probably don't work because it's the majority doing it. Because we know if the majority of people think this, it's probably not true. It's just because it's called conformity. Our biggest issue is conformity. Biggest, hey Ruth, we try to conform to what everybody else is saying, and you realize ain't nobody really that way. They're just trying to conform like the next person. Even if they don't agree, they're trying to conform. I mean, look at beauty, look at fashion. Something comes out, it looks terrible. Somebody's popular or somebody with influence wear it, it becomes the stuff. Now everybody begin to act like it because it's conformity. Nobody is, when it comes to dating and relationship, we're saying the same thing. Everybody's saying the same thing. Yesterday, Miranda made a point. Oh, yesterday or 2 days ago, Miranda made a point. Miranda said, on one of my videos, when you ask somebody what they want, they are telling you what they think they should want. Hey, Crusher Goddess. They're telling you what they think they should want, what they believe they should want. They don't really want it. Seriously, they don't really want it. And so when you get it, you still F it up. But if you really wanted it, why aren't you taking care of it? Why ain't you taking care of it? And so now we in society, hey DMY, hey Donna, we in society now, we're saying what we want. When we get it, we still don't want it. Because we want it, but we want it to come from a specific individual or a specific class of people or a specific type of people with a certain height and a certain size. That's exact. And even if we get that specific person, when we get used to it, we're ready to change it off. Nobody, I'm telling you, man, nobody. What's going on, the one and only? How you doing, brother? Need for connection through some sort of relationship. They need to be accepted. They need to be accepted. They need to feel like you belong. That's what conformity. They need to feel like you belong to the group, the majority. But when it comes to dating and relationship, conformity don't work. Because one thing about relationship is about those two people. But if them two people is about everybody else, the shit don't work. Hey Jay, how we doing? Indeed, victorious, indeed. Thank you, Icy Felix. Thank you so much. I don't do magic. I don't do magic. But the problem, man, the problem, the issue is, we just we crazy. Like, we don't know. We don't understand what we're doing. We don't understand what we're doing. We don't understand what we're doing. I think what we want is not really what we want. I think what we want is what our family and our parents is telling us what we should want. What we want is what social media is telling you that you should want. And so when somebody asks you the question, what do you look for in a relationship? You say the same damn thing. Everybody says the same thing. Everybody says the same thing. Everybody says the same thing. Do you notice that? Somebody said men needs peace. A man looking for a woman should be his peace. Now everybody repeating that nonsense. Why? I mean, these things be sounding good. Then when you meet a woman who actually is peaceful, she's boring. You're going to cheat with the big ass, with the one with a big ass. Like, seriously, woman, you want a man who is this and who is driven. You meet the man who is driven. No, you complain. He's busy. He ain't got no time for me. Listen. It sounds, all these things sounds good until we figure out what we actually want. It doesn't work until we figure out what we actually want. And listen, just to make sure, the problem is not always men. The problem is not always men. I know we say it's men because, today I made a video. Today I made a video. I would think the problem is we are always putting men. But it's the men who doesn't want us. It's the men who don't want you. Because the men who want you is not the problem. It's the men that you want who don't want you is the problem. People are single for two reasons. People are single for two reasons. Let's be honest. I'm going to break some hearts right now. I'm going to disappoint you all in saying this. I'm going to thank you, Laura, for the gifts. I'm going to disappoint you real quick. So just take this disappointment. Yeah, you have to blame me. Get mad at me. I'm going to be honest. People are single for two reasons. Number one, the first people are single because, number one, it's easy to understand. Number one, because you really don't want nobody. You really don't want nobody. Like, it's not because you're angry. It's not because you're disappointed, right? You know what I mean? It's not because you are hurt. You have goals, you have desire. You probably been there already. You probably done the marriage thing a couple times, and you realize, you know what? Let me take a time. Let me just be by myself. I'm not hurt. I'm not disappointed. Actually, people are great. Men are great. Women are great because I have had some great relationships. But right now, I just want to be by myself. That's one reason. That's one reason. That's one reason. The second reason is this. The second reason. This is where the majority of us fall in, but we will not admit it. This is where the majority, there's two reasons. The second reason is the one that you all won't agree with. And it's easily said. The man or woman that you want don't look at you. They don't want you. They don't want you. They don't care about you. They will screw you, but they don't want to be with you because they just don't want you. And so instead of just understanding that, you get mad and keep wanting the same thing that don't want you. Instead of accepting that, you keep wanting the same things or the same people that won't want you. You're not changing yourself, right? You're not changing yourself. Now, somebody said because they're DL. Okay. All of them ain't DL. All of them ain't raggedy. All of them is not bad. Because we know all men can't be bad. All men can't be DL. All men can't be raggedy. All men can't be narcissists. But the ones who are not, you can't have them either. That's the problem. And so just because you can't align with the one that you don't want, but you can align with the DL ones, you can align with the raggedy ones, you can align with the liars and the cheaters, but you can align with the ones you want, and you blame them. I keep telling the story, the same story. I keep telling the same story. I keep telling the same story with the fox and the grapes. When the fox can't get the grapes out of the bird's mouth, there was a fox who was looking up on a tree and he was hungry. And there was a nice little bird on top of the tree branch with a bunch of grape in his mouth. There's a bunch of grapes in the bird's mouth. And the fox wanted the grapes. He wanted the grapes. And he began to give all the beautiful compliments. He began to give all the beautiful compliments. He began to give all the right compliments to the birds. Oh, you are such a beautiful bird. I bet you can sing. I bet when you open your mouth, you can, or when you open your beak, you can sing like an angel. And the fox began to give the bird all types of damn compliments so that the bird can say thank you or something. And when the mouth open, the damn grape will drop. And when the fox realized that the bird knew what he was doing, the fox began to curse the bird and curse the grape. Anybody wants your sour ass anyways? You probably sour. The grape sour, you raggedy. I'm sure them grapes taste like crap. I'm sure nobody wants your grapes anyways. Ain't nobody care. I'd rather be hungry. I'd rather be by myself. I'd rather be tired and sleepy. I'd rather be here because them grapes probably sour. And this is exactly what we are doing. And so instead of trying to align to the ones that you do want, you are only focused on the ones that you don't want. Instead of trying, listen, shut up the men are this, women are this stuff. Shut up with the men are this, women are this. Shut up with the men are this, women are this. Shut up with the men are raggedy, women are raggedy. Because men say you all are raggedy. Women say men are raggedy. Which one is right? If one is right, both of you all are right. But the problem is you keep talking about the ones that you don't want. Talk about the ones that you want. Can you align with them? Can you align to them? Can you align with the ones that has the character? The one that has the emotional intelligence? The one that have the communication? Can you align with those men? Because the truth is, and it's not just women, it's men too, it's both people. It's both genders. But the truth is, you don't align with the ones that you want, but yet you want them to come to you. That's not how it works. Because life will tell you, is not more women than men. Listen, look on the census in this world. It's right there. It's not more women than men. That used to be maybe 150 years ago. Listen, look at your information. Look at the information. Because you ask somebody why you don't, why? Because these men, it's like when God told, it's like when Moses, Adam sinned, when Adam ate the fruit, right? When Adam ate the fruit, why did you eat the fruit, Adam? Because that woman that you give me. I always want to blame the other gender. Why do we do that? Why? Why do you all do it and think that it makes sense? One thing about life will give you exactly what you deserve. Life will always give you what you deserve. And you all just don't like it. But you all don't want to align with the people that you want. That's the raggedy ass men too. It's not just, I ain't talking about any one gender. I'm talking about every one of us. I'm talking about every one of us. You cannot align with the ones, and sometimes it's not that you even can align. Sometimes what you want, it just don't want you. Why they don't want you? Your physical features. It ain't there. It just ain't there. Hey, Passion, seriously. Sometimes what you want, what's the third reason, Miranda? Hey, T. Focus on the alignment in someone. I'm telling you, yes, we have to learn to shift our. Listen, you know what I realize? To get what you want, sometimes you don't get what you want. Sometimes you get what you can. And when you get what you can, you polish it off. You polish it. You polish it. You polish it. You get what you want sometimes, and you polish it. You get what you can have, and you polish it. You bring your skills to everybody. You get what you can sometimes, and you polish it. You make sure You polish it. You know, everybody want to be the baddest and the best and this. I can bring this. I can bring this to the table. But some people come just as they are, and you gotta learn to polish because the ones that you want to at the top, they don't want you. They don't want you. Third reason, women fall into believing the whole what men want instead of what their man wants. Actually, you know what though, Miranda? I think both of us do it. I think both of us do it. You said, Miranda said, wait, Miranda, can you pin that one? Well, he's right there. Women fall into believing the whole what a man want instead of what their men want. I like that. Men do it too. Men want to know what women want. Why? Focus on what your woman want, the woman that you want. You know, you got to ask the question, the type of man or woman that I want, what do they want in return? But some of you all want to bring your raggedy ass to that quality of man or woman, your raggedy ass, and it's not aligning. And when you realize it's not aligning, anybody wants you anyway. I'd rather be single. What choices sometimes do you have? Hey, Deani, how you doing? Long time to see. It's not about perception. You know, I'd rather be single. Why don't you be better and do better? Maybe if you can do that, maybe you can see. You know, today I was watching. I was seeing a woman saying that she's looking for a man, and he has to be above 6 foot, and he has to make a couple $100,000 a year, right? He has to make $100,000 a year or more, and he has to be able to take care of her kids. And that's what she wants. Now she has 2 kids for another man, but the man that she chooses, the man that she wants, he has to be a provider because that's what men are. Men are providers. So she looking for a provider because a real man will provide, right? Real men, that's what they do. They provide. So why not? And so even though I have 2 kids for a couple dudes and I don't work, and I'm about 400 pounds, I don't hurt nobody's feelings. She was about 400 pounds too. And when somebody checked her, she said, but why can't I want what I want? You can. But how realistic is it? Now everybody is telling you all that it's fine. It's realistic. Go ahead, girl. Get what you deserve. You deserve the best. You deserve that man. You deserve that woman. As a matter of fact, men doing it now too. You deserve that. You deserve that woman. You deserve that man. You deserve that. But really and truly, what the hell do you deserve? Your thoughts are jacked up. You know, you are not in alignment. You're not attractive. You have trust issues. You have an attitude. It's ugly as hell. What the word? But I'm serious. So the thing is, people are saying, that's right. Why can't I want what I want? You can want whatever you want. But one thing about life, life will show you exactly where you're at. It's been a while, Diani. Okay, it's good to see you. Life will show you exactly where you're at. Because one thing about life, it gives everyone according to their own energy. JP, my brother, how are you doing? It gives everyone according to their own energy. It gives. Take it easy. And I'm not blaming nobody. I'm not saying nothing bad. I just want you to open your damn eyes. Open your eyes up and be realistic. Because I think our eyes are closed. Because we repeat what we hear. I think we are all repeating what we hear. And we don't see we don't understand how it sounds. It sounds ridiculous. What's up, Star Vibes? How are you doing? It sounds ridiculous. It's not working. Everybody wants the same thing. Do you notice that everybody wants the same thing? Everybody said they want the same thing. Everybody wants the same thing. You ask a man what he wants. You know, I want you to be my peace. You're a grown-ass man. Be peaceful. and she gotta be, this, and she gotta be that, and she gotta be this, and she gotta be that, and she gotta be soft. Now, if a man asking for, I want a soft woman, well, can you create that soft space that she can be soft? Can you create that soft space? Can you create in your energy a place where she can relax? Well, but then what? And how do you get it? How do you get it? It's not falling in your lap. It just don't fall in your lap like, hey, I deserve it. No, 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 no. Your energy is your requirement. Your energy is your currency. And sometimes it's not coming to you. And many of you, you blaming the other genders. Blaming the other genders don't work. Blaming men because men are raggedy. Listen, do I know that men are raggedy? I know many men are raggedy, but I know many men ain't. Hey, Priscilla, I know many men who are raggedy, but I know many men who aren't either. Seriously. I know many men who are not raggedy. I know many women who are raggedy. But I know many women who ain't either. The problem is, can you get the ones who are not? If you can't, then your focus is on the wrong thing. It's like you driving this way, but looking back this way. It doesn't work. Driving this way, but your focus is on that way. You will get in an accident every single time. You will bump heads to the wrong direction. After a while, when you keep looking back but going forward, you're going to automatically go in the wrong direction. You're going to always hit the wrong direction. And I think that's what many of you are doing. You want this, but you focus on the men that you don't want. How? How does that work? I want this, but my focus is on the raggedy woman. I want a clean, loving, soft woman, but I'm fussing with the raggedy ones, the gold diggers, all the time. What do I get? The raggedy ones. And to find out what we want together. Hey, energy. But and so everybody blaming everybody else. Everybody blaming everybody else. I realize the more you blame everybody else, is the more you can't see you. The more you point the finger and blame everybody else, is the more you can't see you. When I talk to people and when they begin to blame everyone else, pointing the finger, I realize you can't see a damn thing. You can't see a damn thing. You're blind. I don't take what you're saying seriously. I had to learn that for myself. I can't take what you're saying seriously if all your reasons is because of this man or this woman or them. And sometimes we even blame our parents. I understand, but I can't take you seriously because we 30s and 40s now. How are you still blaming your father? Somebody told me your wound wasn't your fault, but what is your responsibility? Indeed, Sylvia. Somebody said your wounds ain't your fault. But who's responsible? Lisa, Lord have mercy, Lisa. Lisa. Lisa, I think you're giving me enough. And I thank you. I'm not ungrateful, but I think you're giving me well over enough. I appreciate that, Lisa. Lord, I appreciate that. But that's a lot. Whew. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Lisa. That one caught me off guard. Thank you. So people as trees walking around. Thank you, Life with Amani. Hey, send me a DM, man. Can you send me a DM? Or leave a comment so I can make sure to, um, you know, to hit you back up. I appreciate that. People are unbelievable, my dear, complaining every day about women being gold diggers, but you can't have a problem with such women if you don't go after such. You know what though, song Sam? Now here is what you just said. Okay, thank you, Miranda. What you just said makes so much sense, right? But it's too simple, right? It's too simple to understand. Listen, Song Sam said people are unbelievable, my dear, complaining every day about women being gold diggers. But you can't have the problem with such women if you don't go after such women. Same thing with women. You complain every day about these raggedy men, but you can't have a problem with them either if you keep going after character. What are you going after? The number one thing is character. You are going for chemistry. The number one thing is character. We're going for chemistry. The number one thing is character. Thank you, Sassy. But we're going after chemistry. It has to be character over chemistry. But when you find the character with no chemistry, you don't want it. Because it's not stimulated and this don't burn me. You're too good for me. You're too nice. You're too kind. You're too quiet. You're too boring. I'm just saying. When you met your wife, did you guys go through a breakup period or you just married her after 3 years? I didn't marry her after, I married her after I think after 1 year plus. Um, when I went after my wife, I wasn't being, actually, I didn't really go after my wife. My wife went after me. But I wasn't really at the place where I was taking anybody seriously. But when we got serious, breaking up. It wasn't no breakup. It wasn't breakup at all. But it has to be character over chemistry. Many of you, to be honest, you choosing chemistry. You're choosing chemistry. You're going to choose chemistry every single time, and every time it fails you. Tell me online. You're going to choose chemistry every time. Every time you're going to choose chemistry, even though it's not working. Every single time. And that's why it doesn't work. It has to be character. That means when you start to date somebody, shut off your emotions. Shut your ass up. Shut the emotion shit off. So, men in Jamaica, no. No character, no respect. Good men do not exist here. You know what though? I've heard that before. Listen, I'm laughing, right? I'm laughing because I've heard it many times, right? I've heard it many times. I don't know what to, I'm sure there are some good ones, but I can't. I don't know what to say. I have a comeback for that one. I've heard it so many times. But I'm sure they are there. But being honest though, because emotions are the best when you're with your significant others. Why do I keep attracting the men who are married and I don't want them? Nobody just attract people who are married and without attracting people who are not. People who are married don't want nothing seriously. So oftentimes when somebody don't want nothing seriously, a lot of times they will look at you. They want to hit. People who are married most of the time just want an unavailable woman too. Now, before you cuss me out and tell me I don't understand what you're saying, there's a couple of reasons why people attract married men. There's a bunch of married men. Hey, Tabby, a lot of time there's a reason why, or there's a couple different reasons why that you only attract married men. You give that vibe that you don't want, you are unavailable. Right? Sometimes you give that vibe that you're unavailable. And they're unavailable too. And what's the best person to give? An unavailable person. You unavailable anyways. You already know I'm married. Let's get it on. You know I can't have you and you can't have me for real. Why not? Right? Why not? Let's just do it. That's one reason. The second reason why you attract married men, a lot of times, why you attract married men is because now, of course, many of you gonna say, well, this is why I do. I'm just giving you reasons. You can take whatever reason for yourself. And the next reason why you attract married men mostly is because you represent that woman that his wife used to be. That openness. That woman who doesn't judge them. That woman who can converse on different levels without making them feel funny about what they say. That woman who can speak with a soft spirit. Who can speak without being mean and abrasive to him because he shouldn't say these things. He can speak to her or he can speak to you about anything and you laugh and you laugh it up because the energy is light. And I think a lot of times men will revert back to that woman because that's what his wife used to be. That's what his wife used to be. That woman was what his wife used to be. At one point when you meet that person, and I'm not saying that is your fault that you're not there anymore, because maybe he did something crazy to mess it up, right? Maybe he did some screwed up crap to mess up that connection, or he probably cheated, and now you don't trust, and now you don't want to hear him talk, and now every time you open his mouth, you're annoyed. And so I get it. Or maybe not, or maybe you just, because once you say I do, you stop smiling. Because a lot of you, once you say you do, it just gets ugly. It gets ridiculous. Indeed. What's the name? Poppy Peeper? Indeed. And so if you want a woman who at work, if you have a woman, if you one of these women, yeah, if you are one of those women, um, what you drinking looks healthy. I'm drinking kombucha. I don't really drink alcohol that much. I'm drinking kombucha. If you are one of those women who are cool as hell and you working with a bunch of men, you're cool. You can just talk. You want nothing, but you can these talking to you, because when you are open minded, men will be coming to you talking to you. Men will be coming to you talking to you. Men will be just they want to just converse because you don't judge them. They could say whatever they want to say, and you don't make them feel bad, or oh my God, you did that for real. No, you talking to some of your a wife, and you tell her what you did, and she I would have never. Oh my God. And so it's different vibe, right? Because we know men talk. Men talk, right? Men actually talk. But I'm telling you, a lot of times you represent that woman that his wife used to be. I have a question. I'm talking with this girl that I had some fun like a year ago. She got a boyfriend, but seems jealous. When I get a wrong woman, I'm so confused. Oh, well, maybe she likes you. Maybe she likes you. Maybe she likes you a whole lot. Want to see my drink? Maybe she likes you, and because that's why people get jealous. They want you, and they just act weird, even though you're not their man. But you gotta cut that off. You should cut that off, though. I promise you. I've realized when a woman has a man, leave them alone. This shit is too much. We breaking up relationships. Leave them alone. Like leave them. When somebody have their own partners, we have to start to leave them alone, because then we are the results of people's, and then our society is so effed up when it comes to dating and relationship. We have a effed up community, and when you see somebody with a man or a woman, leave them alone. Let them be. Let them figure the shit out by themselves. Let them go through what they go through. Now, listen, you can't talk to me while you're talking to. That's how our society is getting worse and worse. Like, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse, because no, and somebody asked me, why is the dating pool messed up? Because we got people who are separated. We got people who ain't separated yet, who are about to be separated, looking for dates. We got people who have been separated for 15 years but don't want to get a divorce, but they're not really disconnected from their spouse. That's why the dating pool is so messed up. We got people who ain't single. We got people looking for people who looking for another person. I'm telling you. And I think that's when we have to learn, when you date, when you meet somebody, listen, we gotta be honest, man. We are also the cause of our society being effed up. We are part of it. I'm a part of it. I've done things in my community that I was ashamed of. But I have everything that we do, it spreads. Sunshine Mama, everybody don't believe what you believe. So if you pray the love of the Son, the Father, the Holy Ghost, sometimes you gotta be careful when you say those things, because what if somebody said they pray the love of the demon on you? You get offended. So you gotta chill. Everybody don't believe what you all believe. I'm not saying I don't. But I mean, thank you. Hey V, how you doing? We got to be mindful, man. A lot of us, man, listen, a lot of us, we don't, what we want and what we are, it doesn't align. What we want and what we are ain't aligning. It is not. I'm great. I'm great, V. That's what we say. Okay, good. Well, good for you. We had a really good time together, but she left the country. Man, listen, leave that woman back to, let that woman go back to her boyfriend. If she doesn't want him, let her be finished with him. Seriously. Same to you, Sunshine Mama. You too. If the woman don't want her man, let her be finished. Listen, if you're messing with somebody in a relationship, I'm telling you, we're doing this whole world injustice. I remember this lady I used to mess with long time ago. I was with somebody else too, and she was like, "I will never cheat. I will never cheat." But you here cheating with me? What sense does that make? Oh, I will never cheat. That's cheating is just wrong. But you cheated. That's like somebody saying, "Hey, listen, I will never rob a bank," but they will assist you in doing it. But I didn't hold the gun up. I didn't hold the gun up to their head. You did. So you the one who did. No. Both of us go in jail. Both of us getting arrested. Both of us is getting some years. Because a lot of people think, well, I would never cheat, but you cheating with somebody else. You cheating with somebody else. You have to understand it's the same karma. You think you're protected by your karma based on your logic. It's the same experience. When people ain't done with their partner, let them be done with their. Listen, you stay your. Because a lot of times people will not close one door. Indeed, indeed. If a person ain't close the door, don't go in there because there's gonna be too many people. You remember what I said last week? I said we need a relation bike instead of relationship. We need relation bikes. I'm back on the relation bikes. Roberto, how we doing? I'm back on the relation bike. Relationship got too many people. Relation bike is only me. Most of the time it's me. But sometimes I seen this couple riding a bike in the middle of the road yesterday. A bicycle. Riding a bike. It's not it's not English. I said him riding a bike in the middle of the road. Everybody was just mess up traffic too. But it was both of them on that bike. She was on the bike handle and he was pedaling in the middle of the street. Traffic is slowing down. But it was a relation bike. It was only both of them on that bike. Yes, it's built for one, but two can fit. It's built for one, but two can fit. We need a relation bike. We need a relation bike, not a relationship. That's what we need. When people are dating or in relationships with a man or woman, don't come to me without closing your door. Don't come over here without closing the door. Close the door first. Because if you go in that house, I'm serious, when you go in that house, when you go through that door with two people, with two other people, man, you pick it up. Listen, and you know what I realized, man, when it comes to sleeping with somebody else who's sleeping with somebody else, that energy is strong, man. Like that energy is strong. You hear me? That energy. Listen, you ever slept with somebody who's sleeping with somebody else? Energy is strong. Energy, bro. Once you listen, if you're sleeping with somebody who's sleeping with somebody else, Lord have mercy. Boy, I'm telling you, you picking up things that you can't even see. You picking up all kind of energies that you didn't sign up for. Yeah, you can feel those things, man. What's up, 12-7? But you lose them how you find them. That's true. Damn, listen, you pick up those things. You pick up those things, but we don't realize because it's subtle. It's very. Sometimes sometimes we are so desensitized to the sexual transfer. We are so desensitized. We are so desensitized to that energy that we don't really see what's happening. We can't tell because we are desensitized. We have been open for so long to all this energy. Is that what you call soul ties? I don't really call soul tie. I don't I don't really necessarily believe in soul ties. I believe that people have strong feelings, right? I believe people have strong feelings. Like I answered a question yesterday. How do you take somebody off your mind? How do you take somebody off your mind? Right? Devon Peace from Scotland. How are you doing? Hey, what's the piece of my 1999 How are you doing? How do you take somebody off your mind? And somebody was like, that's soul ties. It don't have to be soul ties to take somebody off your mind. How do you take It's not always soul ties. It's just some things, memory carries them. Like memory, memory stays with us for a long time. And sometimes you go to the grave with that same memory. Carla, how you doing? Memory stays with us, memory. And the more you fight the memory, the more you don't want to accept. You know who we have this most soul ties with? The most soul ties that we have with someone is the one who really we couldn't be with, that we wanted to, but you can't accept that we shouldn't be with them, right? Um, hey, thanks, Imperator. We get we consider soul ties when we can't get somebody off your mind and you can't move on and you can't. Maybe it's you don't want to move on. Maybe it's you, you can't focus. Maybe it's you don't know how to think. Maybe it's you that you need to understand and accept. Maybe that's just what it is. Because what we consider soul tie, I think many of us, to be honest, I think many of us are using that terminology to excuse why we refuse to move on. Many of us are using that terminology because we believe it's real. Thank you, Laura. Because we have heard it, and we hear it so often. It's like how we hear ADHD so often. I got ADHD. My sister got ADHD. Oh, it's so popular. So you will diagnose yourself ADHD. I got ADHD too. You see that how we diagnose ourselves with everything that's popular? Sometimes, you remember when COVID was out? Every time you sneeze or you got COVID, or maybe I got COVID. Because why? It's just, we take things on. We claim things too damn quickly. Hey, Breezy, how we doing? We will take some things in just because everybody else is taking it. And they don't even know what they're taking. They're just taking it. And so many times you don't have soul ties. You have the inability to control your damn thoughts. You have no discipline in how to deal with your mind. Like, seriously. Right. So, right. Thinking why it didn't work, or what we could have done better, or what we could have done differently. And when you have those thoughts in your mind, you can't stop thinking. Thank you, Tess. People want a convenient narrative. And so, soul tie, if you learn how to accept, soul ties don't have to be in there. Soul ties is the stronger you fight, the stronger you resist, and the more you entertain that memory or the emotion, it gets stronger. Because the bond, yes, the bond is strong. Right? Right? But seriously, soul tie, I said it so often. Hold on, let me put the light on because this thing getting dark. Give me a second. I'll be right back. Let me talk about soul ties real quick. It's probably still dark. This phone always dark. It's not that easy sometimes. Nothing is ever that easy. Once you sleep with somebody, to hell with easy. Once you sleep with somebody and you're sleeping with them, it's not supposed to be hard. I mean, it's not supposed to be easy anymore because sex will confuse the hell out of you. What you feel will grow. That's right. That terminology might be right. But I think people just use it. It's like narcissists. All of a sudden, America. Are you doing them every day? April? Do you like them? Now, when the term narcissist came out, all their exes was narcissists. We're using the term like, I just said the word and somebody just commented narcissistic man on here. I just said the word and I just had a notification from one of my old videos. When the terminology came out, narcissist, everybody became one. You want to notice that? Everybody, my ex was narcissist. My boyfriend is narcissist. My husband is a narcissist. My father was one. My mother, how are the men in your life is narcissists? Right? And so we have to understand, what is soul ties, right? Soul ties is the same thing, like I keep saying, the law of psychometric influence. I say this all the time, the law of psychometric influence. When two things come together, based on the level of reaction, the two things become bonded based on the level. Can you have soul ties with someone that you slept with 6 times but it wasn't good, and you just I'm bored? Can you all have soul ties? Can that be soul ties? Have you ever had soul ties with somebody that you met, you slept with, and you're like, listen, this wasn't good. I'm good. Don't call me no more. Don't text anymore. Women, I know you all had this. I know you all slept with men one time and was like, a matter of fact, some of you all don't even listen. Some of you all don't even. Some of you don't even think about those. You all don't even put those men in your numbers. How many men you? How many men you slept with? Well, I slept with one time, but he didn't count. I slept with one the other day behind in the toilet, but he didn't count either because I didn't like him. Right? I didn't like him, so he don't count. So just two people, really. But you will realize that if you sleep with somebody, right? Acceptance if you don't earn. Indeed, 12. If you slept with somebody and you didn't really feel it, maybe he had a small pee. You ever mess with somebody with a small pee and he didn't, he went in, but he wasn't in? Yeah. What? You see, you are, don't get mad at me. I'm just saying, I'm reminding you, right? I'm just reminding you about the things that you don't want to talk about. But seriously, you ever mess with somebody whose pee wasn't really pee-peeing? Right? Pee wasn't, it wasn't, it was just, right? Have you gotten soul tie from the person? Have you gotten soul tie from the person? Have you gotten soul ties from the person? Did you? Probably not. Probably not, right? Let's be honest. Probably not. Because the reaction wasn't that strong. The feeling wasn't that powerful. And so the reaction, since the reaction wasn't that strong, the bond wasn't there. I suddenly got a headache. And I'm telling you, for real, had to leave. And so soul ties are not coming from those people. Soul ties ain't coming from them ugly people. That, why nobody, have you ever seen have you ever seen an unattractive couple who love at first sight? Love at first sight. Have you seen an unattractive couple who had love at first sight? Probably not. Hey, Belucha, how you doing? Probably not. I mean, let's just be honest. So the things that we talk about, it's probably not real. We're just making something up because it fit the narrative. It fits that narrative. That narrative makes sense. Hey, Kathy. I'm serious. That narrative makes sense because how come soul ties are not strong when somebody with a small pee? Oh, with a chick who ain't got no ass. Right? How come? She ain't got no boobs, she ain't got no ass, and she just lay there. You can't have soul ties like that. Ray Brownie was like, hey, I gotta go home. I gotta untie my shoes, tie my shoes up because there's no soul tie happening. And so you realize it's just your feelings get entangled. Your feelings, your emotions get entangled. Your emotions get entangled so strongly. And so now you think you have a soul tie. No, no, no. You have the inability to understand that it's just your emotion. Because what do you have? Emotions. What do you have? You have emotions. Whose emotions is it? Yours. Whose emotions is it? You don't know the difference. The words validate their delusions about something they won't let go. And so when we lack the ability to let go of something, we call it soul ties. We call it something else. We call it somebody put a spell on you. Somebody put a spell on you. Somebody did this. Somebody did that. Emotions make you cry sometimes, but it's your emotions too. It's your tears, it's your cry, it's your emotions. One thing that I had to learn, right? What's up, D's? How we doing, man? One thing I had to learn, emotions are yours. It's your emotions that make somebody look so damn good. It's your emotion that you put and you use to make somebody feel so good. It's your emotion that paint somebody a picture that they're the best thing ever. But when you remove those emotions, you realize that person is average. That person is just an average individual. When you stop liking somebody, you realize they wasn't even cute in the first place. You ever stop liking somebody? He's like, what the hell was I doing with you anyways? And they think that they got something. No, go ahead. Nobody care. Oh, what the hell was I? What the hell was I thinking? Like I know, like listen, I know I've been there before. Like, what was I? What the hell? Huh? I remember one night, story time. I ain't gonna lie. I'm telling you a story. I'm gonna tell you a very. You want to hear a story? Story is not a good story, by the way. It pains me to be a very bad. You know what? I ain't telling this story. I ain't gonna tell this story because y'all ain't gonna talk shit about me. But listen though, it's your emotions, man. Your emotions. And if you learn how to figure your emotions out and how to just learn how to feel the emotion and do nothing with the emotion. Lisa said, please tell. You all know it's you all know it's intro. Okay, one night I was and listen, listen, you know, it's not a safe place. It's not a safe place. Social media is not a safe place. I remember one night, man, I went out. This is years ago. I was in my 20s. I went out, man, and I was in this feeling. I was horny, man. Went out. Me and my boys went out, and he found him a girl, and the girl had a friend, and he's like, "Hey, man." That's how he spoke. He said, "Bro, hey, beat guts now, tonight." I said, "What now?" He came over from the way he was talking to this girl, and he came to me. I'm over there because I'm the driver because I don't drink. And he left the girl he was talking to, and he's like, "Hey, beat guts tonight. That's yours. That's mine. Tonight, back to her house." I'm like, damn. But I was in the mood. I was in the mood. So I don't think I saw what I thought I saw. And so we we, we went we went to the two ladies' house. Yeah, and we did our thing. But I got a phone call later on that day. It was a woman with a very deep voice. She had a very deep voice. "Hey, Kirk." "Yes? Who's this?" "You don't remember me?" "No, I don't. I sure don't remember you, but not with this voice. You sound like a man." He said, "No, I'm not a man. I'm a woman." I said, "Why are you calling me? You forgot about me already?" "Ma'am, what are you talking about? I don't know you. Ma'am, I never met you in my life." I saw her again the next weekend. It was a woman, but I was like, what the hell was I looking at? What? I wasn't horny anymore. I was like, what the hell am I looking at? She's like, "Hey, Kirk, that was you? Oh, hell was I thinking? Messed me up. I was like, damn. I wasn't drunk. I was just horny." What's my point? My point is right here. Sometimes your emotion will get you in some situations, man. But it's your emotions. And you have to learn to go beyond the emotion. Because I'm like, your voice is a little too deep. I don't mess with deep voices. All your voice, but she was a big girl too. Big old girl. I don't even know if I went in. I'm a little guy. I'm 5'1" and a half. On especially at nighttime, when it's dark, I'm I'm a little guy. I'm 5'1" and a half, 5'6" sometimes, 5'7". But I think she was like 5'11" or something. "Hey, Kirk." I'm like, "Ma'am." I was, I was like, what the hell was I doing? I climbed that tree though. That's a long time ago, man. I climbed that tree though. I was like, man, this is, whew. But I'm like, listen, man, don't call me again, man. 'Cause I don't know what the hell You think I'm little. But one thing I've learned though, on this journey, one thing I've learned is that your emotions are yours. That's some straight skill with the selective awareness. Listen, I learned that your emotions are yours. You know how I know that my emotions was mine? When I leave, I left this lady and she was really, and when I tell you she was like, I was with a lady and she was like Freddy Krueger. You know, she stayed in your dreams, effing you up in your own dreams. She would F you up in your own dreams. She was like a Fredisha cougar. And I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop. It was good. It was too good. It felt good. It looked good. It felt good. It smelled good. Everything was just, and I couldn't stop. And cool and you know what they get you with? Conversations. Get you every time, don't they? Conversations will get you every damn time. When they are cool, especially when they could do things that you never, but they can talk to, F you up every single time. So you're like, damn, this is. And so you find yourself keep going back to the dysfunction. You go back and back, and then you think that you have a soul tie. I thought I was soul tie with her. I really believed it. She even told me, and I agree. I said, yeah, I think we have a soul. I think we soul tie. Shit wasn't a soul tie. That shit was my inability to understand that these are my raggedy ass emotions, and I gotta put a hand on these damn emotions because these emotions are ratchet. These emotions will get me in trouble. These emotions are raggedy and they are mine. So I had to realize this shit ain't soul ties. This shit is my inability to actually see things for what they are because these emotions are blinding me. Can we be honest? Can we be honest? Can we be honest though? I mean, I know I talk trash and I joke a lot, but it's my inability to realize that when I was looking, it's my emotions I was seeing, not the person, not the truth. I wasn't looking at the truth, I was looking at my emotions. And so I had to remove my emotions. What's up, Royal? I had to remove my emotions and see clear. Oh, when I see it clearly, I was like, oh shit, my emotions is not the problem. I'm ridiculous. I'm raggedy. She raggedy. And so you realize it's not soul tie, it's just your emotions go off because something feel good. Something feels really good. You know, it has to feel good to get that bond. Because if it don't feel good, you ain't no soul tie there. Why only soul ties the ones who can put it on you the best? With the wrong head. Why? It gets complicated when I'm vertical. It's true though. Why is it that soul tie is the ones who put it on you the best? Have you ever been so? Have you ever been soul tied with somebody who wasn't performing well? Some of you can't wait to say, I'm busy. I'm so busy. Don't call me back. Hey, listen, I'm gonna be busy for the next 16 weeks. You never get soul tied with somebody who couldn't put. So maybe you're just horny. Thank you, Jay. Maybe you're just horny. Maybe you're horny as hell and it's not soul tie. Maybe you don't want that thing going to someone else. You was mesmerized by his adorableness. You know, many of us, we are selfish. We just don't want it to go to somebody else. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's not soul ties. You hate the fact that you've been with their raggedy ass for 16 years and they ain't shit, they ain't done shit, they ain't gonna be shit. But you don't want nobody else to get that when they become better. Okay, observation is that most people are so used to not being honest with even themselves. And that's how people also get scammed, like advances free. Yeah. Man, listen. A lot of times it's just, I realize that we are the most Joseph Nelson, Mr. Cool. Joseph Nelson, what's good? Man, my kid's school name is Joseph Nelson. I thought that was my kid's school. People are not disciplined enough to just manage their emotions. And when the person is done with you, you don't want the person to go nowhere else. You don't want the person to have what you had. You don't want the person to get what you had. You refuse to let that person to go find someone else because you can't handle it. Hey, Shad, how you doing? Have you ever been with someone and you felt really, really good and it was mind blowing only to realize that it was and always being you that makes you feel good? Indeed. But Lisa, that's a great question, right? Lisa said, have you ever been with someone and you felt really good and it was mind blowing only to realize that it was and always being you that made you feel good, not the other person? Do you know what, Lisa? That's a very important thing to realize because that's every relationship that you will be in. That's every relationship is you make you feel good. Somebody sometimes give you a space. You know, all people really do is give you a space so you can feel that and experience that within you. Do you know that's all we can do for people is provide a space of, especially when there is no judgment. When you can provide a space with no judgment, with no criticism, with no negative, heavy spirit, that person could go within themselves and experience that type of pleasure, mind blowing pleasure within their own selves. And I think that's why we think I love you. It's not that I love you. I love that you are providing me the space where I can feel this. And so when you realize that's what relationships are about, that's what relationships are. Because you can't make me feel anything. You really can't. Because all things are within me. All my experience is within me. The love is within me. The hate in me. The anger in me is me. But some people can create a space where your anger could come out. Have you ever been with somebody who created that damn space where you were always angry? That's the space. Why when you talk to a man and suddenly he stated his wife making you think like you? Well, I think I missed that one. Why when you talk to a man suddenly he stated his wife making you think like you are, making you think. You might have to be more specific on that one. Hey, Veronica, how you doing? Indeed, beautiful, beautylicious. Indeed. I thought it was something wrong with me. Man, listen, Lisa. Let me just. This is something that I like to tell people. This is something that I want you to tell people. I like telling people. This experience that you have on the inside is your experience, only your experience. I tell people all the time, you cannot feel my love. You can connect to it, but you can't feel it. You can feel your love. The love that you feel is only yours. The anger you feel is only your anger. The hate that you feel belongs to you. But the love that you feel is belongs to you too. So you can only feel your love. And I think many of us, our biggest issue is that you are afraid that somebody removed your love from you because you think that the love comes from them. A lot of times you assume that that love comes from people, comes from the outside. It never does come from the outside. Nothing comes from the outside. Is you have to understand that this has always been your love. Now, here's the problem. If you understand that this love is always yours and always been yours, and you can connect to it, if you understand this, here's the problem. Actually, it's not a problem. You realize that you won't be afraid to date. You won't be afraid to love. You won't be afraid of failed relationship. You won't be afraid of people ghosting you. Because the reason why we are so afraid of those things is because you are assuming that somebody is taking their love from you. But they can't take their love. Nobody can make you stop loving because it comes from the inside of you. Making you feel like you are interested. Well, maybe he thought that he gotta tell you that he has a wife just in case. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much. Like being triggered when we are triggered by someone, that's something that we need to work on within. That's exactly what it is. So when I learned that, I remove all those crap from my wife. Believe it or not, when I learned and understood that, I remove all the stuff from my wife, all the fear and insecurities, and wondering what she's doing and who she's doing it with, and what if she might do it, and what if it ends, and what if it never, what if it doesn't work out. That stuff is not in my mind because I understand what I feel is mine. What I feel is on the inside, and so it was never hers. It was never hers. It was never hers. My wife can't make me love. I can make me love, but what I feel is mine. What my wife feels is hers. I create a space that I know where she can connect to her love even stronger. All we are doing is creating a space for each other that makes her love grow stronger as my love grows stronger on the inside. And when we come together, the love is being shared. That's all. That's all we do. That's all you can do. I think some of us are so afraid to lose your own raggedy ass love. We are so afraid to lose. You are triggered because somebody is threatening you with leaving. Why? How does your leaving make my love leave too? We can still be afraid of losing love. Well, how do you lose it? If it starts from the inside, how can you lose it? If it comes from the inside, you know, the best time to love is when you have nothing there. A matter of fact, you might realize the best time to love, why we are put in those low places is to find love. You don't find love at the top. Let me explain. Many of us, we want all these things. Love is not reciprocal. Love is initial. Love is yours. Love is nothing to do with reciprocation. Love has nothing to do with reciprocation. Love is within you. Whether it's reciprocated or not, it's still there. Like seriously, I mean, it sounds weird. I get it. It sounds ridiculous. It sounds corny. It sounds stupid. But whether peace is reciprocal or not, ain't peace there if it's there? Just because you're not at peace, why can't I have peace? Just because the world is in chaos, why can't I have? These things are not. Yes, it's good if it's reciprocated. It's great. Oh my God. If it's reciprocated, it's oh. But if it's not, why should something change? Because, again, your heart is for you. It beats for you. Seriously, it beats for you. It beats and sends blood to your veins. It opens your portal. It connects you to the Creator. That's what your love does. So even if a person is not reciprocating your love or their love, what does it change the fact that your heart is doing what it does? For you, it's always for you. There is no love out there. Only games. Love don't happen outside of you. Why do we assume that we are looking for love? You don't look for love outside of you. Only on the inside. If you think love is not out there, it's because it's not in here. As within, so without. If love don't happen in here, it cannot happen out there either. So the ones who say love don't happen out there is because it's not happening in here. Because if it happens in here, you will know. If I have $20 in my pocket, you know what I do? Do you know what I do know? I know for a fact I have $20 in my pocket. If you broke, it's your business. If you broke, but I know $20 exists because I have it. If it's the only $20 in this world and I have it, I know it exists. Right or wrong? So when we say that it doesn't happen on the outside or people don't love, there's no love on the outside, it's because there's none on the inside. That's what we are saying. If it's on the inside, it goes out and connects to those who have it. But a lot of times what goes out is fear. Hey, Grace. It's because they convince us through their actions or by leaving us that we won't worth loving. So it kills the love we had for ourselves. They don't take it. They convince us, right? And that's true. Listen, Miranda, trust me. I get what you were saying. It makes sense. Facts. But here I am here telling you this. Here I am here. This is why the preacher is here. This is why the preacher is here. To tell you, hey, take it back. It's not true. That's why I'm here. That's why I was sent to you. Right? God sent me to tell you. Listen. God sent me to tell you. Has sent me to tell you that it was not true. It's just our perception of what we were taught. So I'm telling you now, here's the truth. I'm telling you, that is what keeps us. You know, that's what Pharaoh did. Pharaoh gave them one meal a day, and he gives you some bricks or some straws and some water and say, hey, make bricks, and I'll give you one meal and a place to lay down. And you think that's how it's supposed to be. So when the idea of freedom comes, but we were given food. So that you must love me if you give me food and a place to sleep. Yeah, you punish me. Yeah, you beat me. Yeah, you take away the lives of my people. But you fed me and you give me somewhere to clothes, some clothes. And so that's what we do with love. And this is the slavery and the bondage that Pharaoh had over us. This is the freedom that I am, or Jehovah, or whatever you call him, his name, has delivered us from. So I'm here to deliver you from the idea, to tell you it's not true. That's our biggest problem. Because that love that you are seeking it was always there. That love that you were seeking was always there. You just wanted to come from someone else to validate you because you don't really know how to connect to it. Do you see what I'm saying, though? Do you get what I'm saying? No? I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking trash. Maybe I'm crazy. Hey, Ivy, how you doing? I missed some questions. What does it mean when he says he still has love for me but still choose to go back to his ex? That's what it means. That's all it means. It means exactly what it says. It means exactly what it says. He got feelings for you, but he wants his ex. You know, anybody could have feelings for you. Feelings, what is feelings? Do you know anger is feelings too? Anger is feelings. If I resent you, I have feelings for you. If I can't stand you, I have feelings for you. It's kombucha. If I like you, I have feelings for you. If I miss you, I have feelings for you. It's just feelings. What is feelings? It's not respect. But you know what's not a feeling? Respect is not a feeling. Is it? Is respect a feeling, you all? Is respect a feeling? Is it though? Hey, listen. One thing about respect, it ain't a feeling. Is honesty a feeling? No. Is love a feeling? No. So who cares about who have feelings for you? He still love you? Well, when a person show you exactly what they want, don't worry about what they say. When a person is showing you exactly what they are doing, why are you worried about what they said? When a person is showing you exactly what they are doing, so a person is telling you, I still have love for you, whatever that means, but I'm going back to my ex. Why does it matter? You know, a lot of times, our biggest downfall is that we overthink something that don't pertain to us. We overthink things that don't pertain to us. We overthink situations and knowledge that don't pertain to us. I still have love for you, but I'm going back to my ex. Why does it matter what it means? It means that he go back to his ex. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else matter. You shouldn't be wondering what he meant. You shouldn't be wondering who he loves. You shouldn't be wondering if he loves you. You shouldn't be wondering if he wants you. That's irrelevant. This is why these men will come back and hit and leave again. They will come back, hit it, leave. Come back, hit it, leave. Come back, hit it, leave. Because both people lacks discipline. It's not just him. Yeah, he lacks it too. It's not just him. She lacks it too. These men, these raggedy ass dudes will come back every time and hit and leave you in the same place while you think that they're coming back because they still love you. Seriously, they're coming back because they still love you. It's not about love. It's about they're getting exactly what they want. Yeah, they're getting exactly what they want. But understand, you have to be you have to learn, something that you have to learn. Something that you have to learn is that if you don't let them in, they ain't coming back. one of our biggest problems as men, one thing that we will do, and I know that we do this, we will be dating you and have a real relationship, especially when you're messing with us, when we have, I know you'd want me. We keep sleeping together. You expected me. I wasn't ready. I told you I wasn't ready. But another woman comes along. She become my woman. I move in with her. I'm telling you some stupid thing. Man, listen, I don't even know why I'm with her. I don't even know why I'm with her. I should have been with you. And so I open your door. Your door will stay open because you think I made the wrong. You think that I thought I made the wrong decision. While I'm still hitting you, I'm hitting her too. That's shit that we do. We do it. And some of you fall for this okie doke every single time. And so I have people ask me, Kirk, he was dating me. He married to somebody else, but he keep coming back. What does it mean? It means that you're a damn fool. Thank you so much. Hey, thank you, Belizean. Thank you so much. They say Lee who? Lee Daniels? I don't even know who that is. Why does he keep coming back to me? Because you're a damn fool? Because he's raggedy and you're a fool? Because both of you are on the same vibration? Does it mean it's not true? Indeed. Yeah, it's easy to accept. Tired of these type of games and stop playing. That's why you pick somebody for, how is she a fool? She letting a man hit and run and hit and run and going back to his woman. That's fool behavior. Next thing you know, she get pregnant. Next thing you know, he disappears. I'm telling you, and it's not that I'm not blaming the victim because there's no victim here. There's no victim here, by the way. There's no victim. You have free will. But if you listen to your emotions and your emotions make you do stupid shit, and then you call yourself a victim because you don't want to respect your emotions, right? Right? Because you have emotions that you don't want to deny, because you don't want to deny self, and you let your emotions get the best of you when you open your legs wider than two acrobats. Then no, we know he's raggedy. We already know he's a raggedy, but sometimes you gotta take the hit too. That's right, DeBev. Sometimes you're a fool too. I think we don't want to see us being a fool. And you know what though? Sometimes, yes, you was a fool, but sometimes you gotta pick your shit up. Okay, fine, you're a fool. Now what you gonna do? Fix yourself. You ain't got to be crying all day, feeling guilty, feeling bad. Okay, you was a fool. Damn it. Damn, you got me. Get your ass up and get out of there. Instead of staying and blaming yourself for the whole damn 6 years. You don't want to move on. Okay, you was a fool. Get your ass up now. What now? What's next? Sometimes we make regular ass choices. We all do. We all have. But when you realize that you was being a fool, get your ass up. Okay, you was a fool. Yeah, Jess. Okay. But don't beat for the next 3 years. Hey, Lindley, how are you doing? Good to see you. Both parties suffer from mental disorder. I could definitely agree with you, man. I mean, like, seriously. Like, for real. But when I say that, people don't like to hear it because people like to hear it's just the men. Indeed, 12. When I put, one thing that every time I come on here, seriously, and I speak, do you notice that I only speak about you? I don't speak about nobody else. I don't speak about the other person. Do you all notice that? When I speak these messages, whether it's about healing, being happy, being in a peaceful place, being this, being that, you notice that I never put anyone else in the picture? And so some of you can feel like the victim. Some of you are going to feel like it's your fault. Some of you are going to feel like this. You need to be empowered to realize if I'm the issue, I'm the only solution. But if you are never the issue, you can never find the solution either. Seriously, if you are never the issue, hey Lisa, thank you. If you are never the issue, you can never find the solution because the solution will always be too far away. And so when I come on social media and I speak, when I speak on these platforms, I'm not blaming you. I'm telling you, hey, look at yourself. What are you doing in your own demise? What are you contributing to your own situation? What are you What are you contributing to your own suffering? Because I learned that's the only way to get your ass out of your suffering. And so if emotions is the reason, and you know what? Emotions is the most reasons why you can't escape. Because you feel these things. So since you feel, you don't want to go. But you're complaining anyways. You're complaining. What if he tells you and stop touching you because he thinks you don't respect him? Well, maybe you don't respect him. If he tells you that you shut him down and you don't respect him, then listen. If the man is telling you, listen, you shut me down, don't touch me because you don't respect me, listen to what he's saying. Because it might be true. It might be that's how he reads your energy. You might be raggedy towards him. If a man is telling you that, he knows what he's talking about. Sometimes, hey, sometimes the issue is you. Indeed, my tube. Sometimes the issue is you. As a matter of fact, sometimes we need to come in here and repeat these 4 words, 5 words. Sometimes the issue is I. Sometimes you just gotta repeat that just to make sure that you're not above getting fixed, that you're not above being aware of yourself, that you're not above. Sometimes the issue is me. Sometimes I am the issue. Sometimes I am, however you put it. Sometimes I am the issue. Sometimes the issue is I. Sometimes the issue is me. Sometimes it's just my issue. We have to learn that sometimes we are the issue. I think men, when my wife began to act funny and telling me don't touch her and don't talk to me, I gotta see what the hell. Sometimes, hey, what's wrong? Well, Kirk, you did this. Oh, damn. Let me see what I did. Okay, got it. Okay, I'll fix myself. Okay, Kirk, how can what they do not be personal and yet we're the issue? Wait, can you write? I think you missed a word. Can you put that word in? I am the issue because too nice and forgiving. That's not the issue. There's no such thing as too nice and you are too forgiving. There's no such thing as that. I think, listen, can I say this with love? Can I be loving what I said this? Tikiwa. Can I say this in the most loving way? This is nothing issue. A lot of times I hear women say, my flaw is that I am too nice and I am too forgiving. I hear that all the time. That's not a flaw. That's a blessing to be very nice. Tikia. Got you. Thank you. I know I hear women say sometimes my issue is I am too nice and too loving. Can I bless you with my opinion on that? My opinion is that's not the issue. It's not about, I'm sorry, listen, I can't. Tika, I'm sorry, Tika. Listen, my screen is dark. So let me bless you with this, my observation from that, okay, Tika? Sometimes it's not because you are too nice or too forgiving, because forgiveness means that you're taking everything off of you and you are always free, right? Forgiveness means I am always free. I'm not taking these things. I'm not keeping your issue. I'm not keeping that burden. I'm not taking your shit. Let me let it go. You can't be too forgiving. Let's be literal and logical, okay? Too forgiving means I don't hold on to anything. I release. Here we go. Here we go. I don't, and so therefore, since I'm always letting go, then my energy is pure. My energy is sweet. I can be kind and very nice. But now if I lack discipline and self-respect, now that's my issue. If I lack discipline, see, when my feelings get stronger than my discipline, or when my feelings get stronger than my self-respect, I lose. When my feelings get stronger than my self-respect, when my feelings is stronger than my self-respect, I'm everybody's fool. I'm everybody's fool. I need that to be understood. When my feelings become stronger than my self-respect, when my feelings is stronger than my discipline, everything I will fail at. Everything will be my demise because discipline and self-respect changes the game. It's according to your self-image and your self-respect. If you cannot level up your self-respect and your self-image, you can never be successful. And so things and people and the temperature and out there and work and jobs and everything will take advantage of you because you can still be forgiven, you can still be nice, but you can still have discipline at the same time. Amen. Y'all get quiet on me. Amen. You can still be disciplined. I'm disciplined. I'm nice, but damn it, I got self-respect too. I got self-respect. And so even though I forgive you, hey, I bless you. You go on your way. I see what you are. You keep showing me the same thing. I see patterns. One thing about when you are too nice and too forgiving, you have to learn patterns are real. Patterns make sense. When people keep doing the same crap, it means they don't have the respect for you. They don't have love for you or for themselves. And so therefore, boundaries and self-respect are a must indeed. It's, one thing God said, if you love me, you will take these boundaries, my 10 commandments. Do you notice that? If you love me, these are my boundaries. That were the 10 commandments. If you love me, accept my boundaries. Them commandments was boundaries. Them commandments was, and Christ said, if you love me, keep my commandments. Understand my boundaries. This is my boundaries right here. Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not covet. The boundaries is necessary. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Maybe I'm just tripping. Heard be kind, but not nice. Depends how you look at it, but I like it. Be kind, but it's not bad to be nice. I think it's beautiful to be nice and beautiful to be kind. But I think we have to learn to be disciplined. I've learned that you balance. If you go in the line, you'll tip over. Indeed, Viv. Indeed, true. You said what they do isn't about us. But if it's not about us, how can we be the issue? If it's not about us, sometimes our behaviors, like for instance, when you're in a relationship, when I'm like, for instance, me and my wife in a relationship, and we were talking, and I began to talk stupid stuff to her. I began to judge her. I can't believe you did that. That's so ridiculous. That's so terrible, right? That's so terrible. You're just foolish. She hears that. Remember, I'm supposed to create a safe space. The space is no longer safe. And so now there's a threat. And so sometimes when there's a threat, you lock it, you lock up. Sometimes you close it up. And sometimes when my wife is telling me, hey, Kirk, you disrespected me. I feel disrespected based on what you said. I have to listen. I have to learn to listen. Yes, sometimes you said something, you crossed somebody's boundaries, you did something, and that offended the other person. And so we have to be open to hear those things too. But a lot of times, I'm talking when people are disrespecting you, because when I disrespect her, it wasn't about her, it was about me. But she felt disrespected. Somebody asks, what if somebody keep disrespecting you? The question I would ask is, why are you there? Be kind, but don't let people walk over you. Indeed. Someone will do that to their spouse when they're down, actually started before they actually visit an outcome. That's why we have to be honest to ourselves when we see what's happening. Do you determine the leader based on intentions or intelligence when there is no clarity on leadership in the moment? Do you determine the leader based? I don't think I understand the question at all. What did say Gabriel? But yeah, man. But we have to be mindful, man. We have to be mindful. We have to be mindful, man. I think many times like I said, we take chemistry over character. We take chemistry over character. We choose chemistry over character, and that's our demise. That's our fall. That's our this is the new. Back in the days, I don't think it was chemistry over character. It was character first, and they switched to chemistry. So, or how you feel. Everybody is about how they feel. People will leave a, you know, I saw this video of this lady married for 19 years. Hey, Southern girl, and I guess somebody felt horny or made her feel horny, and she divorced her husband to sleep with that guy. And she realized the guy wasn't that great. And so now, 19 years marriage was ended. Now, I know some of y'all, I saw the comments was like, at least she didn't cheat. A man will cheat. That's the issue that you saw. That's the issue. That's the only issue. He didn't cheat. I think we so focused on cheating that we don't see nothing else. We so focused on cheating is so bad, but we don't see nothing else that you breaking up a home just because your feelings are off. You breaking up a home. If there is not clear who should lead or who's more suited to lead, how would you determine which one in the couple is more suited to lead? Oh, the man is head of the leader. If a man takes lead but doesn't have the greatest intentions, but the intelligence is there based on situational awareness, how does the woman lead? Ah, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Now, okay, so let me first let me see the one. So if there is no clear, if it's not clear who should lead in a relationship where two of us is there. What's up, coolest? When we are in a relationship, in a marriage, I don't really look at we don't have. See, the leader thing I think is misunderstood. What are we leading? Where are we? What are we leading in? Right? What are we leading in? Now, me and my wife come together. She has strengths. I have strengths. She has weakness. I have weakness. And I think it's both of us who come together and realize her strength. I remember when her strength. I remember her weaknesses. The things that she didn't like doing. I'll do it. I got you. I'll take charge in this. The things that she was great at, you take charge in that. I take charge in getting more money. You take charge in putting away the money. Right? I take the role, I take the thing in this area. Because we got the whole point. See, I think religion, like you said, religion has this big finger in these things telling you what a man's job is, what a woman's job is. The truth is, we both come together for a different reason. Opposites attract. What I'm terrible at, you naturally are good at. If I'm bad at this, and you are good at it, why am I still trying to be the one in charge of it? That's like you going to work, and you have two people who work for you, and you put the one who is the worst one on the one that's on the one, on the thing that you want to be done when the other person can do it better. And so I don't really do the leadership thing. Naturally, we decide together. I don't want to lead anything. Now, I understand. The best thing to do, now you say when it's unclear. I think conversations should open up things. I think conversation and understanding should open up these type of channels. I think we have to converse. This is why conversations, hard conversations, uncomfortable conversations is necessary. And if you can't have these things, if you can't have these conversations, shit don't work. These ridiculous conversations gotta take place. And so I realize in a marriage, you have to speak. And if my wife is stronger in this, take it. If I'm stronger in this, take it. And I think that's how we have to learn, because I don't want to, why my ego, I'm so happy that my ego has been checked. I'm not using my ego just because I'm the man and I have to pee. I gotta do this. Hell no. I'm not good at it. You are. You better at it. Do it. And that's how my relationship works. That's how my marriage succeeds. That's how I can stay together with my wife and we can be peaceful, because the things that she's best at, she takes the lead on. The things that I'm best at, I take, because we both are gonna come with valuable things. You see what I'm saying? We come with valuable tools and things, and you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Communication over control, indeed. But Kurt, if a woman is committed in her relationship, she wouldn't have a whole divorce just to sleep with someone else. I think she really needs the D and is. But you know what though? To be honest though, and you know what though? You know what? That's what you would assume too, right? But some in this place that we are living in, man. This place that we are living in. This place that we are living in. People are just doing stupid things. People are raggedy. You know, with the basic knowledge and understanding, there's some things that probably won't happen. But I think the world that we're living in, people are ridiculous. And so she was talking like it's normal. She said, yeah, it was 19 years because I wanted to be in the streets. I wanted to be in the streets. You both are on the same page. Indeed, Viv G. Indeed. I think as long as you're on the same place. If you're on the same page, it works fine. Because remember, it's about you and that person that you are with. It's not about society standards. Listen, it's not about tradition. I don't do traditions. I can't stand that nonsense. I mean, it's not bad or good. I do what works for, it's two of us on this boat. If it's two of us on this ship, you steer and I freaking row. You steer, one of us got to steer, one of us got to row. And sometimes we switch based on where we're going, how tired we are, what we're doing. This is why I said, you can't be against masculine women. Because at a certain point, I don't want to be always ahead. Let me go behind for it. Let me fall back. Can you help me find out if I'm dating an avoidant or a manipulator? So let me ask you, what difference would it make if you are dating one? What difference would it be with whichever one that you are dating? Yeah, I am love for real. To be in the streets and mess around and find she found out, right? So you say you want if you dating an avoidant. I see again these labels. These labels will F us up. These labels will F us up. One of the best things to do is be away with the labels. Be done away with the labels. Avoidant, manipulators, narcissists, they all look alike sometimes. And sometimes they just look completely alike. One of the best things to do is find somebody who's available. Find somebody who will talk to you. Find somebody who can be grown enough to explain themselves. Now, I know sometimes that's hard because people grew up a certain way. But if I want the shit to work, I really believe if I want things to work, I will do what I have. You can do what you have to do to make your job work. Amen? Right? You can do what you have to do to stay at your job, to get raises, to actually be the boss. Why can't you do that in your relationship too? Why do I have a reason for being terrible in a relationship, but I can be good at work? Now I get it. I get it. I get it. I have to do things in my job that open me up to certain things in my relationship. Right? Like for real. Why do I go to work and I can open up and speak what I want and say what I want, but when I come home, I'm avoidant? I mean, I don't think it makes sense. No, I think, yes, we all seen things as a young age. We all seen relationships fail. And I think sometimes, to be honest though, this avoidance stuff, this narcissist stuff, this manipulator stuff, I think it's just too much. I think it's a lot of times we using those terms is because of people don't want to work on what they want. So when you begin to accept those behaviors, they begin to give it to you. When you begin to accept those people's ridiculous ass, raggedy ass behaviors, why should they stop? If you sleeping with them in 1,600 positions and they ain't talking to you and they avoiding you, why should they stop? When they're getting exactly what they want, why should they stop? When they're getting exactly what they want, why should they stop doing what they are doing? It doesn't work like that. Psychology. I mean, don't try to figure out what they are, if they're avoidant, don't try to figure that out. You have to learn, can I live with this? No, then I'm not. Like real. Hey Latina, how you doing? The kid in the world with the damn labels. I'm telling you. For real. That was video you were talking about. That's the yeah, Miranda. ratchet behavior, man. Just ratchet. But seriously, man, all jokes aside, but then again, I know I'm at a certain place in my journey. I know and I know when sometimes Miranda tell me, Kirk, remember, you're talking to people who are not where you at sometimes. Speak differently. You gotta use different words, Kirk. Miranda be beating me up with it. Kirk, you can't speak like that with people. But I don't, I don't know how to put it. I honestly don't know another way. And maybe these avoidance, I don't know. I think we grown people. I believe in grown people. Seriously, in my heart, I believe in grown people. And we can't keep making excuses for people's behaviors. If you avoid and stop avoiding me. If you avoid me, I feel avoided, and therefore I go to somebody who's not avoiding me. I want to take myself out. Seriously, fix your. Do you know that none of these things? Do you know that like neither of these things is actually based on personality? These ain't personality. I mean, they become a personal. Your personality is your personal reality, right? It's what you see in your reality. So you become your personal reality. And until some people change their perception, their personality stinks because their perception stinks. Their personality stinks because their perception stinks. And when you with somebody whose perception stinks, man, guess what? You stinks too. Is what matters. They only talk about self-love, but they're not the case. I'm telling you. So can avoidance be caused by not mentally understanding what's really going on because they are scared of the outcome? That too. I mean, I'm sure it can. I'm sure it can. Can avoidance be caused by not mentally understanding what's really going on because they are scared of the outcome? Many times that people begin to avoid. Most people, yes, I think a lot of times people become that because people are afraid of the outcome. But I think, listen, if you're gonna do something, do it. I realized today I was talking to my great friend Miranda, and I told her, I said, Miranda, listen, I think what you're doing now is the best part. If it happens, good. And if it doesn't happen, good. I think when you can be in that space, if it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, great. If you can be in that space, your behaviors will be yours. Your behaviors will be real. It will be authentic. What you do is because you want to do it, not to make anyone any better, not to make one outcome change. Because sometimes you have to understand, in a relationship, if it ends, great. If it doesn't end, great, because you can't control it. You can't control it. You can't control it. And so when you could understand, if it happens, good. And if it doesn't happen, good. And so your unbothered energy becomes very beautiful. And so when your unbothered energy becomes very beautiful, whatever you want will come to you. I think that's the part we don't understand. That's the part we don't understand. If your energy becomes warm and lovely and peaceful, I'm going to eat ice cream either way. If that's your energy, whatever you want just might happen. But a lot of times, if you are so worried about if the end don't happen like this, and if the end happen like this, and then your behaviors and your energy stinks. Your feelings stinks. Your behaviors begin to stink. You become iffy, you become avoidant because you are trying to protect yourself from being hurt. You are trying to protect yourself now from being hurt in the next year and a half. And so therefore, it stinks regardless. So you are welcome in the end. So I learned. If it happens, great. If it doesn't happen, great. I'm perfectly good either way. But since I'm going to be great anyway, let me be great now. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine having that attitude? Can you imagine having that outcome? I'm married to my wife for 9 years. I'm not scared about the end. And so I don't have to be avoidant. I don't have to be insecure. I don't have to feel like she's doing something. I don't have to feel like I'm being compared. No. Because if it ends, I'm sure it's a great reason. And if it doesn't, I'm be happy too. And so I can be my pure, natural self. I can be my natural, funny, ridiculous self without feeling triggered or tempted to do something crazy because I'm not there. If you can learn to do that in relationships, you will see how much people will come to you. You will see how people will stick with you because that energy ain't nowhere else. Nobody, see everybody that you meet scared. True or false? Come on now. I mean, come on now. Yes or no? Everybody that you meet scared to death. They're iffy. They're sometime-ish. I don't want to be played. I don't want nobody playing with me. Everybody that you meet come with a whole bunch of avoidance. True or false? And so that's why dating is so difficult now because everybody, what if I spend all this money on my dates and she don't want me? What if I do this and she still don't want me? What if I cook for him and he using me? What if, so everybody holding back. Everybody just holding back. What if I just do what I want to do? Anyways, and if you want me or not, if you don't, it's good. And if you do, it's good. What if you know how pure I can be? You know how natural I can be? I ain't gotta pretend to be nothing. I ain't gotta try hard, but sometimes you do something, I can't believe he did it after I bought him some Jordans. That's so wrong. But if you're gonna do something, just do it. If you can adapt that as your dating stuff, I promise you, life, if you can do it in life, if you can do that in life itself, you know, I remember, I hear people complaining about taking women on a date and paying. And what if she doesn't want you? And what if she doesn't like you? What if she don't like you at the end? And I'm like, dude, when I used to meet these young men, I used to meet them in the gym and we used to, hey, you good, man? Hey, I see you here every day. Hey, I'll take you to eat, man. Come on, let's eat. Because you start to mentor these young men. And when we go to eat, I'm paying. My wife, me, him, his girlfriend, or whoever else eating, I'm paying. So why am I worried about what I'm getting in return? I don't want anything in return. I don't want a damn thing in return. I ain't doing it for anything in return. And when you begin to understand that concept, you realize who cares who pay. You can't use me if I'm doing it because of my heart. You can't use me if I'm doing it because I want to do it. I can't be used. If I give you something because I wanted to give it to you, you're not using me. You can't use me. You can only use me if I'm doing it to get something back and you hold back what you given to me. So now I feel used. That's the problem that's the issue about being used. That's the problem. But we have to learn, man. If it happens. Thank you, Lori. Thank you so much. If it happens, if it doesn't happen, if the job comes, the job doesn't come. See what I'm saying? If I'm pregnant, if I'm not pregnant, I mean not me, but you. If that person comes, if the person don't come, if you can learn to be like this, learn to behave like this and learn to adapt that lifestyle and that, because in this life, what's really yours? Nothing. So what are you crying about? That's like your child crying for your food. That's not your, that's my food. How are you crying for my food? If it comes, let it come. And if it goes, let it go. But if it doesn't come, something else is going to take its place anyway. Something else coming. Something is always coming. And yeah, with the flow, Lulu, for real. But I've learned even in my marriage, what makes my energy. I think you know why my wife likes me? I'll tell you what my wife likes me. I'm gonna tell you why my wife likes me. My wife likes me a lot. Hey, Carly, how you doing? My wife likes me a whole lot, and I can tell by the way how she looks at me when we're in the gym. Today I was working out in the gym with her, and she was like, I was like, yeah, girl, yeah, don't forget where I come from. I'm the man, son. Got this. She likes me because my energy stays the same. Miranda, are you the one who always say, every time I ask you how you doing, you always say you're doing great. Were you the one who said that, Miranda? It was somebody else. Somebody said, every time I ask you how you doing, you see you doing great. Well, I am, because why won't I? I don't see these stuff that happens. I don't put my mind to those things that I don't like to control. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really see things that I don't want to see. I know things are there, but I don't focus on those things. I put my focus to what I want to focus on. And so my energy is always peaceful. And I can tell how my wife, I always like to be around the energy. She want to be next to me. Sometimes I'm on the couch by myself, she's coming down. I want to lay with you. Even my daughters. And I realize, man, damn, my energy is very pure. And so I ain't worried about, because I can't control what happens. I can't, so I can just relax in this present. I can't control what happens, but I can control how I am in this present. And I think when we can do that, I think we worry. If you dating somebody, man, if you can just be cool and just be you. Seriously, if you can just be cool and be you, you will see how much you attract people. Yes, some won't like it. I get it. Some won't like it. Some can't handle it. Some people can't handle that peaceful energy. We all know this. It's not everybody can handle that peaceful energy. People have to hear noise. Have you ever been that person, or have you ever known somebody who could only sleep with the TV on, with the music playing? Anybody? Do you know anybody who could only sleep with the noise on? Or have you ever been that person? That's why I stopped asking, how are you? And I asked, how was your workout? You're tired of hearing the same thing, huh? And you see, so some people say me, right? He said me. If you're the person who could only sleep with the TV on, when you take the TV off and you hear silence, sometimes you can't handle it. Sometimes you can't sleep. And sometimes, I'm using that to say this right here. Sometimes we are that person. We can't handle the peace. So you like the men with the chaos. You like the women with the chaos. You like the woman with the noise. You like the woman or the men with all the noise, because you cannot be in that peace. It's considered boring to you. Let me say this right here. Some people, some of the times, but can't be. Indeed. Going to Maryland. I was scrolling Facebook. Almost unbelievable how a small change is made. Dustin, I do remember you being on here. Oh yes, I do remember you. I do. We just spoke about it this last week, right? And I give you an advice. I don't know if you remember me, but going to the gym helped me a lot. Almost, I'm telling you, it really helps. I'm telling you, because you begin to control what you are doing. So I'm very happy for you, man. That's very good to hear. That's very good to hear. Now that you see you can go to the gym and do something different, now you can change how you feel. Now you can add to it. That's amazing, man. I was saying something. What was I saying? I thought that I was going somewhere very good. I forgot what I was going. What did I say? Before I read the last comment? Damn it. That's why sometimes I can't read comments. Early, but I've been to the gym 3 times over the last week and walked. Amazing, man. Amazing. Amazing. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that. That's amazing, man. You were speaking of your wife looking at you. No, it was something. It was after that. I think I was already past that. Damn it. I think I was past the noise to sleep. Keep it. I was going somewhere. Okay, so the noise. A lot of us. Thank you. A lot of us, right? Hey, no problem, man. Be blessed. Be blessed. A lot of us could only be with the noise. A lot of us could only sleep with the noise. A lot of us could only sleep with the noise on. And a lot of us, when we meet somebody who is peaceful, they become very boring. They become very boring. And that's our biggest problem, because I think we like the chaos. We like the chaos. We like to be busy. We like to be distracted. We love distraction now. That's why chemistry is the biggest distractor. Do you know that chemistry can distract you from what somebody wants, their true intentions, what they are doing? Chemistry could always, man. Could always. And so we have to learn, man. We have to learn. We have to silence the noise. Learn to silence the noise. Because if it's peace that you want, you gotta be done. We have learned to live with chaos. He's a night owl. But many of us, we are doing it. Many of us are doing it. Can you describe being playful versus full of play, especially with relationships? I have to be born these ways. Playful is when you playing with the person. When you are playful, that person gotta be in there playing with you. Yeah, chaos causes revision. When we are in a, when we dating, I'm a very playful person, and so if my wife don't want to play, I know when she don't want to play, so I can't play with her. But I think, but you say can the difference between playful versus full of play. Now, when you say full of play, which one are you actually referring to? When somebody playing games, mental games, or when somebody just playing with you, like you're touching you and they're running away? Like, are you talking about that? I like boring. It's predictable. If I want not boring, I'll go bail my friend out to jail. But listen, man, I think many of us, we like the noise, man. The noise is very attractive. The noise is very, the noise is very attractive, man. And me personally, I understand you can't hear nothing when the noise is on. Like seriously, like we can't hear nothing at all when the noise is on. We can't see clearly. We can't think clearly. We are always distracted. I think we have to learn that sometimes we have to meet somebody. We have to learn to meet somebody. We have to learn to meet somebody who's actually still, somebody who you meet, who don't give you all that butterflies, who don't give you all that feelings, who don't give you all that excitement. Focus on them some more. For real. Thinking noise means some type of progress. And sometimes we think the noise means some type of vibe. Oh, they're always in a vibe. Oh, we always vibing. No, that's not vibe. That's just, you're just always in the noise. Like quiet and my peacefulness. But even, right, facts. Don't forget the damn labels, all these clowns. Poor folks falling for the garbage and keep going around in circles trying to resolve useless, unnecessary issues from immature people. I like that. It's true. It's true, man. Sometimes we have to sit in the silence. Indeed. Every day. Only when you sit in the silence, you will know what you hear. You will know what to hear when you're in the silence. You will know exactly the difference between good noise and bad noise. You will know exactly if it's good noise or bad noise. But you have to learn to sit in the silence. The silence is where everything comes from. Everything comes from the silence. But we have to learn, man. Listen, we have to learn. A lot of us, I'm telling you, a lot of us, we pick chemistry over character. We pick chemistry over character. That's our flaw. We pick chemistry over character. The world is teaching you to pick chemistry. Everybody that comes on here is teaching you to pick chemistry. Everybody that tells you, hey, if we don't have chemistry, then we don't have nothing. And when you hear those things, you think you're weird because I don't feel any chemistry. And so then when you meet somebody, you're looking for chemistry, but we don't have no chemistry. They seem like they're good people and have a good job, but we don't have chemistry. And then you leave that one to go to some raggedy ass ones who have all the chemistry, but nothing else. And that's the one you give the chance. And so, bam. Let me tell you this. This is where I was going. This is where I was going. I just realized where I was going. I was scrolling Facebook. Y'all didn't hear me say that? Y'all forgot why I said that. I was scrolling Facebook. And I saw a picture of a man. And when I saw the man, I'm like, why is he on my news feed? I look at the comments of the people. Hey, Mercedes. I look at the comments of the people. And it was women in the comments. It was a man's picture. The man had on some sweats. I didn't notice that until I read the comments. And one of the comments was, "Ooh, it's looking at me." And when I read that comment, oh man, it must be some sexual stuff. So when I look at of course there was a bump there in the man's pants. But when I look at the heading of the picture, it was pen pals who's coming out of prison soon. Pen pals on the way out. That was the page. Pen pals on the way out. That picture had thousands of likes. I'm just being honest. I'm gonna be blunt. It was a guy in prison who took a picture posing. I guess his bulge was out. His bulge was out, and it was women in the comments. Over 1,000 comments. I shit you not. 1,000 comments from women. Ooh, come see me when you get out. Ooh, make sure you come to California. Oh, you so fine. And I realize I don't feel bad for sometimes women who chooses this, and then you're gonna choose this. And when you choose this, I'm not saying that he bad or I don't know what he did. I don't know. But you can't feel bad for everybody. That's my point. You're choosing somebody that captures your sexual energy. You're choosing somebody that captures your attention based on that, what you see the bulge in his pants. And I think that's where sometimes I no longer feel badly. I used to feel bad sometimes for some people. But then when you see somebody walking in a space where you see danger, tape, danger, danger, caution tape, and you still carry your ass through that, I don't feel bad for you. Whatever happens in there, you deserved it. Whatever you see, whatever you meet, if you broke your leg in there, you deserve that. You deserve that ass whooping. And so I don't feel bad for women anymore, a lot of women, because you see that. And you, hey, make sure you come see me. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna DM you. And I'm like, damn, you all foolish. Foolish. Foolish, just foolish. Dude is in prison. But then again, they made a whole show. Have you ever seen the show, Love After Lockup? Have you ever seen the show? Love After Lockup? Hey, Winty, how are we doing? That's a show called Love After Lockup. It's all the drama. There's so much drama. It is so much drama. That's what you're signing up for. Why? Because you like the noise. The noise is attractive. Yeah, life after lookup, yeah. The noise is attractive. And so I don't feel bad sometimes when you complain about men is this, men. Because look at the men that you are going after. Look at the raggedy ass ones that you are choosing. And then you expect the raggedy ass ones to act right. Ain't that something? that don't make no sense, man. Is it bad not to believe in love anymore, given the current climate we live in nowadays regarding relationship? Is it bad not to believe in love anymore? So one thing about not believing in love, remember, yes, okay, so let me say it. You're still there, right, Dustin? Want to answer your question? Let me know if you're still there. I no longer feel bad for people. For real. Yeah. I mean, for real. Hey, bro, how we doing? Okay, so you say, is it bad to not believe in love anymore? Yeah, I think, so if you don't believe in love, the question is, what do you believe in, right? There's always a belief there. There's always a belief there. And if you believe in anything else, or whatever you believe in is what you get. But remember, a lot of us never believed in love. It wasn't love that we believed in. It's not love. It's fear. You know, like how people ask you, do you fear? Somebody asked me, do you fear God? I don't fear God, and I don't have a reason to fear God. Do I love God? I would say yes, because I understand the power of it. And if I fear losing my wife, then my behavior is not the same as if I love, if I love her. It's gonna be different. If I love my wife, I will do certain things. But if I fear losing her, my attitude is gonna be jealousy, right? It's gonna be avoidance. It's gonna be anxiety. It's gonna be weird shit that we call love. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me know if you understand what I'm saying. If I love my wife, I do the things that's according to love, right? Kind, right? No judgment and all these things. All the things that love is. Love is kind, love is this, love is that, love is this. But if I am afraid of losing her, then my anxiety, right? My fear, my behavior, my jealousy, my this, my questioning her, my following, my chasing her, it doesn't have the same ending. And so when you ask if I, if is it bad to believe love doesn't exist? What are you believing in is the question. Because if love doesn't exist, then what else? And so whatever we believe in is what we're gonna see and experience. Now, is it bad to believe love don't exist? It is terrible because love, that means if love doesn't exist, then what do you have for your parents? What is it that you have for your family, for your kids? What is that you have for yourself? If it doesn't exist, then you can't. So if love never exists, then you can't use it for nothing else. You can't use it for anything else. You can't use it for your family, not for your kids, not for yourself, not for that sandwich that you love, not for the fast food, right? You can't use it for anything. You can't use it for the sunset or for the ocean or for the sands walking or for the forest. You can't use it at all because it doesn't exist. It doesn't, so you can't use it. But if it exists, you can use it. Whatever you want to use it for. So is it bad to think that love don't exist? It's very bad because if it doesn't, what are you putting in that space? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it insecurities? Is it lack? Is it anger? Is it anxiety? What is it that you are using? What's up, CC? How are you doing? Long time to see. So, love is only existing in you. It don't exist in me. Meaning it don't exist outside of you. So if you feel like love don't exist, it's because you are the one who needs it. You are the one who is lacking it. You are the one who don't have it within you because it don't come from anyone else but you. You have to become it. You have to be it. You have to acknowledge it. You have to taste it, eat it, drink it, experience it, feel it, swim in it, dive in it, eat in it, sleep in it. It has to be you. And only when you embody it, then you know it's real. You can only know something is real when you embody it. You only know something is real when you embody it. You believe something when you hear about it or when you see it. But you know it's real when you embody it. So until you embody it, then it's not real. The biggest question would be, why would you put someone else first when they wouldn't even die for you? Oh, that's deep. That's deep. But Cece, what's good, man? Thank you, I am love. Thank you. But yeah, but that's how it is. And so yes, I think it's bad. I would say it's bad. It's weird. I don't feel fear losing whoever I date. I'm just noticing patterns. The pattern is that people don't value relationships or trust. And okay, so let's say this right. People disappoint you. That's why we can't idolize humans. It's weird. I don't fear losing whoever I date. I'm just noticing patterns. My parents are literally the only people I trust in this world. I mean, I get what you were saying. And plus, you're a man too, so I get it. But understand this. Whatever is within you, whatever is within you is what goes out of you. Whatever is within you is what goes out of you, what comes out of you. Whatever is within you is what comes out. And whatever comes out, it brings back that the equivalence of. Whatever goes out must come back, right? Naturally, it is you. And let me explain why it's you. I don't speak about nobody else. I don't believe in telling you about is that person, why is this, is the woman's issues, is the men's issue, is because it's a lack of this. There's no lack. There's no lack out there, you know. There's really no lack. It's just that the energy that leaves us. Remember how I explained this the last time, right? If you're in a valley surrounded by mountains, right? Surrounded by mountains, in a valley. When you say a word, hey, right? That energy goes out of you, right? That energy goes out of you, leaves your mouth, and since the energy that comes out of your mouth and the rock carries different vibration, right? What you speak, which is a sound wave, it cannot penetrate the rock because the rock has a dense vibration. And so that energy that comes from the, hey, it goes out, bounces off the rock, comes back to you, and bounces off again, right? And so that's why you keep hearing, hey, 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 because it keeps bouncing off. It cannot penetrate the rock. Now, here's the thing. That's because the frequency of the words or your sound and the rock don't align. It doesn't penetrate it. The thing about this right here, the thing about vibration or frequency is this. Whatever goes out of you, hate, love, this, that, it penetrates someone, right? It penetrates someone who has a similar frequency or a similar vibration, right? And when it goes out, that person who experiences that hatred that goes out, that fear, that insecurity, it calls them back to you. Whatever goes out of you brings back the equivalence of what comes back to you. And so that's why you meet in these certain people. That's why you meet them. Because it matches what goes out. It matches your thoughts. It matches your feelings. It matches your fear. That vibration matches it. So it calls back, it brings back to you the equivalence of your belief and your thoughts. That's why we are getting it. You know, yesterday I read a book. Yesterday I was reading this book right here to my group. Can I read this can I read this to you for a second? I was reading this book. I'm not gonna tell you which book it is because I don't. Can I read this passage to you? I read this in the group yesterday, my Zoom group to yesterday. You mind if I read a small packet? I mean, a small passage. I was just thinking about it while I was talking about this. It says that it says man's chief delusion is his conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness, right? It says that man's chief delusion is conviction that there are causes other than his own state of consciousness. All that befalls a man, all that is done by him, all that comes from him happens as a result of his state of consciousness. A man's consciousness is all that he thinks and desires and loves, all that he believes is true and consents to. This is why a change of consciousness is necessary before you can change your outer world. Rain falls as a result of a change in the temperature in the higher regions of the atmosphere. So, in like manner, a change in circumstance happens as a result in a change of your state of consciousness. Quotation, be ye transformed by the renewal of your mind. To be transformed, the whole basis of your thoughts must change. But your thoughts cannot change unless you have new ideas, for you think from your ideas. All transformation begins with an intense, burning desire to be transformed. The first step in the renewal of your mind is desire. You must want to be different before you can begin to change yourself. Now, when I read this, especially the first part, everything that we are, everything that we want, everything that we desire comes from us. Everything that we have comes from us. We have to learn that this is us. We are we are the masters of this, of our fate, right? We are the master of our own faith, and we have to understand it comes from us. We have to understand that we are the cause. We have to understand that we have to renew our minds. We have to understand that we must change everything. The book explains that to know something and to believe some things are different. It's a different experience. One, to believe something, you might see it, and if you see it, you might believe it. But to know something, you must embody it. And I think many of us, when it comes to dating and relationship, we don't want to embody anything because we are too afraid. We only want to see and we want to hear and then we're ready to run. But until you are ready to die for what you believe in, then you're scared. We are afraid. We don't want to do we don't want to do these things. Y'all got quiet on me. You all still there? You all good? Oh, go where you're not wanted. You all good? You all still there? Y'all got quiet on me, huh? You know, I like how this says Just as the moth in his desire to know the flame was willing to destroy himself, so must you become a new person by be willing to die to your present self. You must be conscious of being healthy if you are to know what health is. You must be conscious of being secure if you are to know what security is. Therefore, to incarnate a new and greater value of yourself, you must assume that you already are what you want to be and then live by faith in that assumption, which is not yet incarnated in the body of your life, in confidence that, listen, do you all get what I'm saying? You are still there? Okay, good. But we gotta be willing to die from our belief, die from this self, die from this mindset. We gotta be able to remove it completely and be in a different reality. But I think many of us, I believe the man and the woman play different roles and they end up with the same end goal. I'm willing to die to that hill. And you don't have to, and you don't have to die to that one either. It's just you have to pick one that fits where you're at, right? Pick a relationship that fits where you're at. And sometimes if that's your tradition, because some people are traditional people. There are some traditional men and women. What's up, Tim? What's going on, my bearded friend? How you doing, man? Tim, wait, can Tim hear me? Nah, you're not alone in your thinking. Don't see if you think that way, then that's gonna be your reality. Change that thought. Change those thoughts. Change those thoughts. Can Tim hear me? You're gonna experience your thoughts a lot. And you're gonna think just because you keep thinking it, right? Just because you keep thinking it, you're the one who keep repeating it. That's why you keep hearing it. Change what you are saying. You might be different. Not hey, listen, Tim, you have an amazing wife, man. You have one of the smartest wives I know. You have one of the most intelligent wife I know, man. See, the intelligent woman, person, not even woman, like person. Your wife is one of the most intelligent person I know, man. And you are a blessed man. And listen, man, when you are a blessed man to have a woman such as that intelligence and who's still there, boy, it's a blessing, man. You have to learn to accept that blessing. That blessing is very amazing, man. To be blessed in a way where one woman sees all your flaws and still loves you. It's a blessing. To be with somebody who sees all your flaws and still is there, it's a blessing. Because these days we don't have it. These days, not that we don't have it, but these days, man, people are ready to run. People are afraid. People don't want to stick around. And to have that, somebody who sees, and you know what? I think that's one reason why, I'm good here because I think my wife sees all my flaws and she sees all my stuff. And yet she still look at me like I'm flawless. I think that's a very important. Thank you, Mercedes. I think that's a huge deal, man. I think that's a very big deal to see somebody sees all your shortcomings, all your failures, and still look at you like, damn, you the shit. And sometimes you don't even know why. You don't even know why they think that you're the shit still, but it don't matter. It don't matter. You don't even know why they think that you're the shit. Hey, wisdom, because they saw you slip, they saw you fall, they saw you slip and fall in your face, they saw you say things and did things, they saw you act out and act the fool, and they still. And that's what love really is. That's really what love really is. That's how we look at our kids. You know how much times your kids annoy the F out of you? You know how much your kids, and people are so quick to say human beings don't love unconditionally. Yes, the hell we do. Yeah, we get annoyed. Yeah, we get anger. Yeah, we get frustrated with your ass because you don't listen. Just like with our kids. But there is no greater things than a man or a friend that who will lay down his life for you. And a lot of people lay down their life for you. And it's not that they are dying in a physical death, but they are dying emotionally. They are dying in ways that you don't imagine. Their personalities are dying. And we don't even realize that. Why am I in this damn emotions talking like this? I don't even know. Why am I talking this? Listen, I'm telling you, what greater love than a friend who is willing to lay down his life for you? Sometimes people's life, they lay down for you, and we don't even realize that you don't see what I'm doing right now. My life that I had before this, I don't have it no more. I'm laying down my life for you right now. It's a beautiful thing. And so when we have that love, man, Lord have mercy. When we have that love, nobody is people are unconditionally loving you every day. We just don't realize it. I'm seriously. We don't realize it. But let me get off my thank you, Kathy. Let me get off my soapbox. Sometimes I get in my feelings. you, people are like, Kirk, you don't have any. I have a lot of feelings, My feelings are very strong. I just learned to understand. That's just my feelings. I have very people don't think I have feelings because I can detach. Hey, Red Baby, how you doing? I can detach, but my feelings are still there. I just detach from the outcome. Because I think detachment is not you not having feelings. Detachment is my feelings are still strong. I'm just whatever it goes, it goes. Wherever it ends, it ends. I can't have no power over it, but my feelings are still strong. See what I'm saying? My feelings are still strong, and I think nowadays we trying to. But here's the deal though. When it comes to relationship, I think my wife said something on the live that we did the other night. My wife said something. She said, "You cannot." She said, "You cannot be open to a relationship, but afraid to get hurt." Yeah, I am love. She said, "You cannot be in a relationship or be open to a relationship, but afraid or expect not to get hurt. You have to get hurt, even if it's like for real. Like it's a part of it. Like you can't love without. I mean, love comes with a whole bunch of stuff. Teach us how to detach. Detachment. Can I read a book? Can I read a little book? Mercedes say, teach us how to detach. Can I read a little passage from a book, if you don't mind? All right. Now this book right here. After I read this part, I'm gonna tell you which book it is. Okay. After I read this part of the book, I'm gonna tell you which book it is. You see how I get? See, I have books on my. By the way, I have about 5 books on my desk because I've been reading books at a time. I don't like. By the way, I don't. I hate to read, but I just read a lot because I like to learn. I hate to read, but I love to learn. So that's why I read. Not because I like it. Okay, you all ready? And then I have to go. The sixth spiritual law of success, the law of detachment. All right? The law of detachment says that the way to acquire anything in this universe is to relinquish our attachments to it. Okay? Who? You mean my white boss lady? The law of detachment says that the way to acquire anything in this universe is to relinquish our attachments to it. This doesn't mean we give up the intention to create our desire. We don't give up the intention, and we don't give up the desire. We give up our attachment to the outcome. The moment we combine one pointed intention with detachment to the outcome, we will have that which we desire. Anything we want can be acquired through detachment because detachment is based on the unquestioning belief in the power of the self. Let me say that again. Anything we want can be acquired through detachment because detachment is based on the unquestioning belief in the power of the self. The source of wealth or anything in the physical world is the self, the field of pure potentiality that knows how to manifest everything. All we need to do is nurture our deepest intentions in our hearts and go with the flow. Detachment comes from the inner knowingness that we are patterned of behaviors of higher intelligence. When things don't seem to go our way, we can let go of our idea of how things should be. We know that in our limited awareness, we cannot see the synchronistic, harmonious patterns of the universe. Let me read it again. Let me read it again, okay? Let me read it again. When things don't seem to go our way, we can let go of our idea of how things should be. We know that in our limited awareness, we cannot see the synchronistic, harmonious patterns of the universe. Attachment, on the other hand, implies doubt and distrust in nature's intelligence and its infinite organizing power. Attachment is the melodrama of the ego because it is based on fear and insecurity, and this comes from not realizing the power of self. Those who seek security chase it for a lifetime without finding it because security can never come from material wealth alone. People say, when I have $1 million, then I'll be financially independent. Then I'll be secure. But it never happens. Attachment to money and security creates insecurity no matter how much money we have in the bank. Attachment to the symbols of wealth, like cars, houses, banknotes, creates anxiety because the symbols are transitory. They come and go. When we exchange ourselves for symbols of self, we end up feeling empty inside. I think that's enough. I think that's enough. Do you understand what do you understand what the point of that, the search for security? You want me to keep going? Because it's like 2 more pages. Listen, this is a very important, this is a very important thing, okay? This is a very important understanding. By the way, this book is The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, a very short book, very small book. The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success. If you haven't gotten this book, it's in 1 hour. It's like an hour read. You could read it in an hour, okay? It tells you the 7 spiritual laws of success. Okay? Take the screenshot. But this is, so when I learned this about 7 years ago, how to detach. And how I detach is understanding that I trust the flow. And this is why I always say, whatever comes, let it come. And whatever goes, let it go. Because you have to. Because sometimes there's a better thing or a better idea or a better position. So when you try to fight and hold on to what you think that is the best one, sometimes it's not the best one. Life knows what's best. To hold a cat in one place. If you do that, the cat will scratch and the claw will, yeah. But if you let the cat come and go freely and give it love, it will always stay wrong. Dustin, and this is how relationships should be. This is what relationships are. Because we have to learn nobody is yours. Nobody is ours. My wife don't belong to me. I didn't make my wife. If anything, my wife belongs to her father and her mother more than she belongs to me. Nobody belongs to me. Nothing belongs to me. And so when you understand that, you learn to let things be as they are. And when you can open up your heart, when you can open up your soul, things want to stay. Because when you open up your heart, what comes out is love. What comes out is peace. What comes out is happiness and joy. And so you create a space of positive energy. But I think a lot of times we have to understand we don't open our hearts, we open our ego. And so we force things to stay. And we use emotions like jealousy and anger to control it. Do you know that we use emotions like jealousy? Now, we are quick to call people narcissists. But if you understand what you are doing, if you understand what you are doing to, sometimes you're using jealousy to control their actions. You checking their phones to control who they talk to. You checking this. It's all about control. And I think that's what we have to learn. You can't control people because you suffer. So, do you see what I'm saying? We suffer. And so when it comes to dating and relationship, let things be as they are. Open your eyes, open your heart, and choose character over damn chemistry. Hey, April. You should read the last 2 pages. I don't want to read anymore. It's hard to see. My eyes ain't the same anymore, man. I can't even see the comments. It's hard to see. But I'm plus my phone about to die too. What's up, random things? How we doing, man? Random things. I always like you being in here. You most randomest person. But yeah, but seriously, man, the way how I practice detachment is number one, I understand that everything comes from me. I do hate reading, by the way. Clyde, what's good, man? How we doing? I always say every single one of us use manipulation things. Yeah, we all do. We all do. Put the book back up. But yeah, we all do. Hey, but listen though, my kids are about to go to sleep, and I like to cuddle with my daughter before she goes to sleep. My little 7-year-old, because she likes to cuddle with me. She loves cuddling with me. So let me get over here, because she's about to go to sleep in a few minutes. So listen, thank you all for coming, and thank you all for joining my conversation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the great conversations and the great laugh. Thank you for the great vibes that you all give. Thank you guys for coming. I do appreciate you guys, man. Like, for real, for real, for real. So, we need. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Indeed, indeed, man. Indeed. You have a peaceful night too, man. Hey, Clyde, we gotta do a live. We gotta do a live one day, man. Just me and you. It's like seriously. Good night. Good night. All right, JP, you be easy. All right, Paulina. All right, Gordon, Melanie, Kathy, Miranda, Tim. Hey, did Tim hear what I said? By the way, was Tim hearing what I was saying? Thank you, Sylvia. You had fun. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad. Okay. Cool. 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 Also went. Cool. Did did um did Tim hear me when I was talking in my feelings? Ask him what he think first. Ask him what he heard. They got to find their brothers. Hey, same to you. Same to you, sometimes. Same to you. Y'all be blessed, man. Have a blessed night. Same to you, Mercedes. Y'all have a good week, all right? I'll see you guys tomorrow. I'll be on it tomorrow. Y'all have a good night, all right? I'm out.